Back live. So we had a little bit of a technical issue there. Sorry about that, Cox. Gotta love him. We are back.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. That's the force.
It must have been the force. That's pretty funny. Oh man, I gotta change my tune. Started talking bad about Star Wars, and they come and just
That's right. The force just got you.
switch me off. So
right.
what do we do here,
George
guys?
Lucas heard
Ace
you.
deuce offsuit against an open limper. I feel like we should go ahead and make the raise here. 680, 880, 960, but 960 is almost enough where let's just go ahead and make the shove and hope that we can pick it up. I mean, this is 20% of our stack without having to see a flop. So I think that if we make it 960, I feel like would be our normal isolation bet there. Let's just go ahead and make the shove and pick up the equity. Okay, so
You broke the internet,
Crow's
Dutch.
Egg grind, firing out 577, 2.5x. Let's go ahead and do it here. And maybe a ship would have been better, but I don't know. Crow's Egg grind, making the raise. I think that we're making a 2.5x and not giving him a chance to get away from his hand. So how much was that? 1400, I think, is what we made it. So let's go ahead and make it 1400 here too.
The dark sis of the Illuminati shut it down.
Yeah, so that sucked. That sucked.
So it's where's
Force got
Spock?
me.
Where's Spock when you need him?
So I
to
wonder
go
if
back to the
maybe I
future?
could have just doubled up there by making the ship against Crow's Egg grind. Maybe we just shipped against Notable's open limp. I'm actually going to go ahead and give the Notable a little bony fish for making that open limp there. So maybe when Crow's Egg grind makes a 577, maybe we can go ahead and just double up by shoving. I'm not sure. Okay, let's see our info tab. Sorry for not having that up. 37 out of 44. We're in for 30 bucks here, and yeah, we can make the fold. Maybe we should be making it 600 or 680 here with the ace 4 offsuit, but enough people behind us. I think we can get away from that one. And 10:39. So next break, I'm gonna go get a little bit more coffee. Exmois, please tell Dutch I wasn't trying to get personal. And either way, I'll throw you all $5 for being awesome. Siren 2. I think that we actually went down when we had our resub from ROTS, and we also had a new sub from Siren 2. So Siren, big thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it, and don't worry about it. All questions are accepted, just not all of them are answered. So no problem at all, man. No, don't feel weird about it. Oh, it was like, how much do you make? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's just like it's embarrassing to answer. So Siren 2, no worries about it, and thank you so much for actually clicking on that sub button. Really appreciate it. And Siren, we're gonna go and ship you my copy of your own copy, digital version of Poker Tilt. So Blurred 11s, take it back. Take it back. I love Star Trek. So Dutch was hungry. Quick run to Roberto's. I like Roberto's. It always kind of smells bad in there. But,
Josh, you're just talking shit today. That's mad shit talking.
I really like Roberto's.
Love Roberto's. It smells like shit.
It always smells bad at Roberto's, but the food is
No,
really
we stopped
good.
going to Roberto's because when we went, they're 24 hours here in Vegas, and the room was like really, really dirty.
Yeah, we went there.
And they had
on Flamingo. The one on Flamingo and Rainbow.
They had a the air conditioning vent, a vent that just had caked on dirt, just caked on there. It was just really turned us off. So now we make our own.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at what they're selling you. I mean, they're selling you refried beans and
It's like
and tortillas, and I feel like some fried rice sometimes, whatever. I feel like we can make it at home, and we know what's in it. It's cheaper. It doesn't really take that long. You don't have to be Gordon Ramsay to be able to make yourself a nice burrito. Gosh, it's so tempting. It's so tempting to just try to take it here.
to make a burrito.
Instead, I play it a little bit on the passive side. We hit middle pair. We're gonna go ahead and try to take a stab at it here. Remember, guys, it's not a donk lead if you're not betting into a guy who established himself as a pre-flop aggressor. So he made a really quick call. I think a lot of hands here he can make the call with, where we're beating, and we don't really feel like giving him a free card here to catch up with us if he's got like a flush draw or if he's got overcards. I want him to go ahead and have to pay for it. Ace 5, Ace 3, I want him to put a little bit more in there with his draw, or I want to just take it. So we take it. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I'm crazy. Okay. So we will make the fold. Look at this. We got Danger Meow. Danger Meow giving us a $20 donation. That's huge. Danger Meow, it's so good to be back on the stream and playing, back to a regular schedule. And we love seeing you here. Definitely one of our favorite people here. Thank you so much for supporting the stream, and thanks for that donation. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. What are we gonna do? Oh my gosh, you guys! I'll tell you what. You should do the dance. You should do. You're cracking me up here, Michelle. You gotta go back. You gotta go back. Okay, let do it one more time. One more time. Michelle cheers me up all the time, you guys. Thrust Climb asking, did they ask you to play in the live stream for streamers? They did. I politely declined. I actually talked about it a little bit before. Papist, how you doing, man? He says, be right back on the PC, just getting home. Love seeing you here, Papist. Okay, Jack High. Jack High, yeah, let's take a little stab at it here. Sometimes we just get through. And when we don't, we set ourselves up for that profitable C-bet against Itchy, who has just enough where if he makes the call, our C-bet's going to push him under the 30,000 mark. So I think that it's going to work. Leonard Nimoy passed away in 2014. A tragic loss. I really liked Leonard Nimoy. That was sad. I was sad to see him go.
So yeah, it was sad. What kind of coffee do you drink? Asked Kevin Lee. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seattle's best. Right, Russ?
Seattle's best.
With 1 with a teaspoon of sugar and 2 tablespoons of cream.
Yeah. So yeah. May the force be with you. It's okay. 8-3 offsuit. The notable open limping. Gosh, it just always feels wrong to fold when someone open limps. It always feels wrong. Vegas big boy deciding to go ahead and just take the and he's going to be in bad shape here. Ace Jack suited versus Ace Queen suited. You can't really blame him for trying to just pick up the equity. I mean, he was short stacked, so I think that making the ship is right there, Vegas big boy. Most of the time, you're going to go ahead and get through there, and when you don't, a lot of times you're going to be up against a smaller pocket pair under jacks and be at a coin flip, or a bigger pocket pair over jacks and actually have like a 2-to-1. So not that big of a not that big of a dog. When you get called with Ace Queen or Ace King, though, that's really when the trouble starts and you're looking at a 3-to-1 underdog. But As it is, you can't really blame the guy for shoving with ace jack suited with the stack he had and an open limp. Just didn't work out for you. Nice hand there, ace Aglin. Make the fold here. AC Phila just got banned for no reason.
I wasn't banning them. Who?
And Angoth saying, I know it's blasphemous in certain circles, but after multiple viewings of each series, DS9 is still far and away my favorite Star Trek iteration. I haven't watched all of the DS9s. I haven't watched all of the Enterprise. I haven't watched all of the Captain Janeways. But I've watched all of the Next Generation, every single episode, every single movie.
When are you gonna do home games? Someone asked earlier. I forgot.
When are we doing home games?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Somebody banned somebody?
No, it was a troll.
Did you ban a troll?
No one's banned.
Oh.
It says that everyone. Yeah, so someone must have put like something that said
Delete message.
You just got banned.
Oh.
To everybody. You are permanently banned from talking in Dutch Board. Yeah, someone just must have maybe whispered that or something. I don't know. No one's banned. It's a troll. No one's banned. Wow. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 to 1. Let's call with any 2 here. See if we can't make some sort of magic post flop happen. Gordon Gecko, Dutch, did you decide on WSOP Europe yet? I'm leaning towards it. I really am. I'm leaning towards it. But we haven't booked our flight yet. And I don't know. A lot of it is also going to depend on what happens in the next few weeks, especially with this HPT thing. If they say that they want to have me come do a couple more commentaries, it might interfere with that. But, man, I want another chance to win a bracelet in 2015. I really do. I think that the only chance of that happening... well, I know that the only chance of that happening is to go out to Berlin, so... Jay Ruffer in the stream. Great to see you, James. Let's go ahead and make the fold here. And Jay Ruffer, definitely looking forward to pulling out the chess set when you come out here to Vegas. Got a chance to play a little bit of speed chess with Derek Melliker over at the HPT headquarters.
I saw the picture.
That was kind of fun. Okay, Jack 7 off.
If we go to Europe, Dutch, I want to go taste some fine foods.
Go to Paris. Go to Italy. Kind of roam around.
I don't know.
A little bit.
I don't think we're gonna be on for so long though, yo.
K Gold saying, Dutch, did you hear about America's Card Room crashing several times this week? I didn't. Haven't heard about it.
Surprised.
Yeah.
Usually we do hear about it.
SBC is all I drink. Do you drink SBC?
I don't know. Oh, Seattle's Best, yeah.
Seattle's Best Coffee. Yeah, that's all I drink too.
Yeah, that's all we drink.
I don't even drink water anymore. It's just always coffee. Always coffee. Frau Grace, World Market has the best whole bean coffee. Is there one in Vegas? Is there a World Market? I don't think so.
I think there is a World Market here. We just don't go to it.
Yeah, we've got Whole Foods here. We've got Sprouts. Dutch Brothers.
We've tried Dutch
Brothers coffee.
We've tried that. We bought it because I was like, oh, look, it's Dutch.
Oh, that's fun. Skyru says, does Seattle's Best make you a successful poker player? Well, if they were to offer me a sponsorship deal where they'd give me free coffee, I would probably say yes. But until that day, no. I think that...
Info tab,
I think
Dutchie.
Guinea Tab is going to do it. Oh, Jay Ruffer, yes. It's coming up. Coming right up.
Interested to hear your thoughts, crew, at Dutch Board. What happened here? Did Pappas had a hand?
See. Okay, so Pappas raises 3 times on the button. A little 3x on the button. After action is folded to me with ace-queen suited. So definitely, like, everyone folds to you on the button. You've got ace-queen suited Pappas. It's not going to be a fold. It's not going to be a limp. So 3x sounds about right, as long as I mean, it must be early on in the tournament if you haven't tapered down to like a 2.5x yet. So we're gonna say it's early on in the tournament. You make it 3x, and you're pretty deep. So the flop comes out King Jack 10 Rainbow. So you just crush it, just crush it. You bet half the pot, and the big blind calls you. So your head's up. You bet. Big blind calls. Turn is a king, and I check, hoping he has a king, is what you say. He fires half the pot. So this doesn't really make any sense anymore, Papist. It really doesn't make any more sense because you're saying the big blind called you, and now you're checking because like you're out of position. So maybe you're in the small blind, not the button. Is that what we're gonna assume here? So you fired out. We'll say you're in the small blind. You fire out. He calls you. Okay, let me think about my aces here first, guys. We're gonna go ahead and continuation bet here, half the pot. It's a pretty good flop for aces because it's the kind of flop where we can get some action. Let's go ahead and make the check here and hope that Itchy tries to push us off of our aces. Look at that, he does. And we'll go ahead and push the rest of it in, hoping he has a hand like that. We get the more than double up, and that's what we like to see. That's what we like to see, boys. 18,414. That's going to put us back in contention. We are 16th, 17th is what that's going to put us at, I think. 17th in chips. Yep, 16th in chips. So nice, nice little hold with aces there. So back to the ace queen suited and Papist. Kind of confused about what position you're in because the way that you just described the action doesn't really work if you're on the button against the big blind. But we're going to say you're in the small blind. You bet half the pot on the flop when you just completely crush it with the nut straight, and he calls you. The turn is a king, so now there's two kings out there, and you decide to check. You're hoping he has a king, and he actually ends up firing the pot, half the pot. You call. The river is a 5, so now you go ahead and try to get some value by betting 3/4 of the pot. He ends up shoving, and you call, and he has king 5 offsuit. So that's pretty brutal, man. I don't really think that you can bet 3/4 and fold there to his shove. I also think that if you make the check into him on the river, a lot of times you're not going to really get the value that you should out of your straight. You fire it out on the pre-flop. You fire it out on the flop when you crush it, which I like. I don't like slow playing there. You decided to check on the turn, which I guess if I'm going to argue with one of your plays, maybe I argue with that. Maybe I say, okay, well, probably best to go ahead and fire out on the turn there too. I think that if you did fire out on the turn, that he's probably raising, and you're giving you an opportunity to go ahead and get it all in right then and there. But by checking's not so bad. A lot of times you're going to be able to get action on that. When you check and induce a bluff that you wouldn't if you just fire out. So checking isn't so bad. And when he does fire out half pot, and you just make the call, I guess there's really not a lot of rivers there where you're not going to go ahead and try to get value with a river bet. So the only move that I would really argue with here, Papist, might be the turn check, and I don't really think it's that bad of a line to take checking the turn. So, and when you do check and he fires out, maybe I would go for a check raise. So that's really the only part of the line you took that maybe I would argue with. I could make a pretty good argument that maybe you just fire out a second bullet on the turn. I can also make a pretty good argument that if you check, you go ahead and just fire out a check raise on the turn. But I don't hate the way you played it. It just kind of sucks that you have the best hand, 3 out of 4 streets, and you have him putting in a lot of money, a lot of equity there, where he's drawing pretty close to dead. I mean, like on the flop, he's just dead in the water to run a runner boat. On the turn, now he has more outs. When he hits his king on the turn, Now he has, now he has 3 jacks, 3 10s, 3 5s, and a king. So he actually has 10 outs on the turn. So not really the best, the best turn card for you, but you're still 80% to win the hand. So on the river, you can't really just give him credit for a boat. You can't really give him credit for king 5 or a set of jacks, a set of 10s. You kind of you should think that you would have heard from him pre-flop if he had like jacks or 10s or kings there for quads. You gotta kind of think that you would have heard from him post-flop if he flopped 2 pair. So pretty hard to put him on a full house with that 5 on the river. So get some value out of it. When he makes the shove, now you're just like rolling your eyes and being like, this sucks. I guess you have to hope that he is making a bluff with a naked queen, queen 8, or getting value out of a worse straight. Queen 9, maybe queen 9 shoots off there on the river. Maybe he's got the same hand and he's shooting off on the river. Maybe he's got a naked king and shooting off on the river. But most of the time, the truth is, most of the time when you fire out 3/4 of the pot and he ships, you make the call and you're going to be losing, and it just sucks. But you're probably at that point getting the kind of pot odds where if you're winning even 20% of the time, it's a call. And I think that ace queen wins 20% of the time there. Okay, guys, I'm going to be right back in 2 minutes. I'm going to get some coffee and hang out with X and Y, and we will be right back. Okay, we are back, you guys. Back with a decent stack here. 18 out of 37, a little bit over that 50% mark. Trying to salvage what so far is kind of a bad day at the tables, but a good day on the stream. We've got a couple of big donations. Wow. A couple of really big donations. So thank you very much, Danger Meow. Thank you very much, Blake, for the donations. And yeah, here we are, guys. Dutch, do you only play tournaments? Most of the time on the stream we do. I feel like tournaments do better on the stream just because there's a specific beginning, middle, and end. There's an actual story arc with tournaments that lends well to the stream. I want to say a quick thank you and shout out to the subs today too. We have some pretty cool subs. We've got Ira J. Fritz the third. Great Great name there. That's a power name right there. We have Jacob A22, Jake Up 69, Uncode, RT Otter. We've got Blake Barnes 99, also with a big donation. So thank you very much for that, Blake. Really appreciate you supporting the stream. Definitely is going to keep the cable bill going for a few weeks. So thank you very much for that. We got Mountain Jack, Gordon Gecko with the sub, Tricky Tiger, Siren 2. So welcome to all of you guys as our newest subs, and for all of you old subs, a lot of resubs today. We really appreciate you guys sticking with us, and man, just really appreciate it. If there's anything I can do for you, I want you to let me know. Thanks so much for sticking with us and hanging out with us on the stream, supporting the stream, supporting poker on Twitch, being part of the crew. It's great to have you here. I'm going to go ahead and make the fold here with the 9-3 off. I just don't really think that we need to get too crazy with it. JD Cole 72. You know, I'm thinking about maybe coming up your way, JD, for that Golden Gate tournament. And hey, isn't Friday night your poker night? Isn't Friday night the night you are hanging out with the Pikes Peak Poker Gang? If you are, big shout out to Pikes Peak. I consider myself an honorary member of the Pikes Peak Poker Gang. Really loved meeting a lot of you guys and coming to your party here at the it was at the Hard Rock, right? Yeah, here at the Hard Rock Cafe down on the Strip. So hopefully you know, a couple of you guys are watching. Big shout out to you guys, and always love seeing you in the stream, JD. Yeah, I might be coming up there to Colorado for the Golden Gate HPT. I was talking to some of the guys about it, but I also think it's the same time as the W Coop, which we might be going down to Rosarito to stream. King of Denmark, great to see you. Don't feel ignored here. We love having you here. And yeah, Examois is the girl. Don't feel lonely. Don't feel lonely, King of Denmark. Royalty feels lonely. B.R. Barker says, haven't eaten red meat in 3 years. Man, I don't know if I could give up steak. My little brother is a vegan right now, and he's been kind of trying to convince me that I should make the switch. And, you know, more power to you, B.R. Barker, because I think that, you know, logically it makes sense. If it wasn't for the fact that I really just enjoy the taste of meat, I'm with you, buddy. Okay, so, yeah, I'm so tempted to just pot this thing. Let's do it. Let's just pot it. You know what, Eglin, I'm tired of you open limping. I'm tired of you guys open limping. Let's go ahead and take the pre-flop aggression and just take that pot. Yeah, a little tofu? Sure, thank you, baby.
You chew, mute it.
I need to mute it because I'm chewing.
King of Denmark. So he said he feels lonely. Mm-hmm. Aw.
This is getting kind of scary, you guys. I'm still chewing, so I'm going to mute it. Danger Meal, it did go through. $20 donation tonight. Really appreciate that. And I gave the thank you, but I think that maybe it went through during the downtime. We had a little bit of a downtime where we started dropping some frames right after I criticized George Lucas. So is it a coincidence? I don't know. It did come through, and I really appreciate you supporting the stream. We love having you here on the stream. Definitely one of our favorite people and favorite supporters here. We love all of you guys, but Danger Meow, we especially love you. So thank you so much for clicking on that donation button and supporting the stream. Danger Meow also supports a couple of other streams here, so you know, she's spreading the love and really supporting you know, some of the other Twitchers. I'd really encourage a lot of you guys also to do the same. You know, if you enjoy poker on Twitch.
I think she just missed the it did alert.
It did alert, yeah. It did alert.
Seeing the little bunny.
And we gave it a shout out, but I think it was during the downtime.
Yes, I think somebody saw it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it wasn't during the downtime. Amara Dave saw it, and yeah, Danger Meow. Thank you so much. Danger Meow. Next time you're rolling through Vegas, I definitely want you to make it a point to hit us up because I would like to grab some dinner with you and your husband, Exmo, and I will hang out,
Have some din din.
have some dinner, and it's really great to have you here. So, Acid Wave, back. Took me longer than I thought. My dog took his time. June's always just, she loves walking around and smelling stuff. Every time I'm like, oh, I've got 5 minutes, I'm going to take the dog out. It turns into a 20-minute adventure. Crash Gordon asking, hey, Dutch, how was Fargo? It was good. It was really good. I got a chance to do some guest commentary for the Prairie Meadows episode, along with the HPT 500. You know, if you guys might remember, every time we've been doing an HPT viewing party, they have like these point standings on the stream, and we keep on seeing, you know, the same names up top. One of them was Barbie Miller, and I'm like, I wonder what Barbie Miller. I wonder what she's like. I got the chance to actually watch her play. So that little league championship that the HBT had been kind of promoting and pushing for the last few episodes, I called it. I called the hand, and it was I called the hands, and it was a lot of fun. So X Mary Jane. So this is a real money tournament. Let me take a look at the lobby. Let's see what we're playing for here, you guys. Looks like first place is $546. There's 34 players left. 10 players get in the money, so that is the money bubble right there. It's not real money in front of us, but it is a real money tournament, and we have 22,000 in real money tournament chips. To answer your question, X Mary Jane. We're gonna make the fold here. And Masek says, how old is your little brother? If we're talking, I've got two little brothers, and I have a couple of stepbrothers too, and half brothers, but not really too close with the half brothers or stepbrothers these days. So my two little brothers, Austin is 14, I want to say. 14, he turns 15 this year, and Bobby is 1 year younger than I am. So I'm 34, he's 33. So a 33-year-old little brother and a 14-year-old little brother. That's quite the age gap, isn't it? It's pretty fun. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make the fold here. Don't really feel like getting too crazy with Jack 5 offsuit. Danger Meow, I don't care about chewing. Do people really care about it? I care about it. If I watch a stream and someone's chewing, I immediately
probably shouldn't
leave.
eat it all on stream, but I had some tofu that was really yummy, and I was gonna eat it all.
Yeah, and I haven't eaten yet.
And I had Jello. We did eat. We ate before nap, so we did eat. Let's see, what do we need here? Probably going to have something light today for dinner. Do 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 do. Why are you so quiet now? What's going on? Why are you quiet? Oh, okay, because I was like, there must be something wrong. See, that's why I shouldn't feed you, because then you won't talk. Then I have to talk. Right now I'm putting on my calories into my thing.
So Nelly Mo, 4 million followers. Nelly has 4 million followers.
Who's that? Nelly Mo?
Nelly from St. Louis rapper. Underlay, Mamma Mia.
Oh, okay. Oh, Nelly the rapper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He plays a lot of poker. A lot of
Does he?
times he'll show up at a
pretty
at
cool.
a like a circuit event in St. Louis, or he'll come and play like the 5-10 game sometimes. Gosh, Notable, why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? Why do you make me feel so bad for checking? I just want to just take it. 2,000 in the middle. I mean, it's 10% of my stack. I just want to take it. Let's do a little delayed bluff here.
Ah ha ha ha. B. Barker. B. Rar Barker. I like Dutch's personality. He's no comedian, but he sounds like he knows poker. His book seems like it could be helpful. Yeah, Dutch really wants to be a comedian, so he probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, you probably could. And ex Mary Jane saying, "This guy has
I'm
3
the funny
bracelets.
one.
Why haven't I heard of him?"
I'm the funny one.
Well, Mary Jane, you probably just don't know that many people. That's probably why.
No.
Exmoy is the funny one.
I'm the funny one. And June's like,
Oh,
June's hidden.
Dave, that is a good idea.
What?
Streaming the... Oh, by the way, guys, we're going to make the call here. 8-7 suited against our queen ace. Let's hold. Hold. And it does hold. So, Toggle, can't really blame you. Oh, I hope I don't still have the lobby up. Yeah, so I can't really blame you, Toggle, for taking a stab at it. You weren't really that far behind. Ameridave, I love the suggestion of trying to get permission from MIT to stream the course online, and then we could talk about it afterwards. That would be pretty awesome. I'm gonna try to make that happen. Actually, that sounds really cool. I love it.
Very good idea.
I love it. Great idea, Ameridave.
You should write that down so you don't.
Yeah, let me write that down. Let me get my little date book here.
Yeah, you should write it down. You should also write down that you need to get the home game started.
Queen Jack suited. We've got the Notable now. Instead of limping, decides to go ahead and min raise. I'll go ahead and see a flop with you rather than 3-bet here. The Notable. I think a lot of players I'm going to go ahead and 3-bet, but the Notable, man, I mean, he's done so much open limping that now that he actually finally opens up with a raise, it kind of makes me wonder if he's just crushing me. Crash Gordon.
Yes, this is
says,
wonderful practice.
You run a great stream. This is excellent practice to sharpen your commentary skills. Thank you, Crash. I really appreciate it, man.
He would be a good commentator if he let me talk once in a while. No. That's my comedy.
Okay, let's go ahead and raise it up. 7-9 suited. I like 9-7 suited. I really do.
Is that is that what you have? 9-7 suited here.
Mm-hmm. 9-7 suited. I will make a
9-9-7
stab at it.
Nope.
Hope
then
to
C-bet here.
to just crush a flop like this one. Just a beautiful flop for 9-7 suited. It's a beautiful flop. Wow. And, all joking aside, that actually is a pretty good turn card. Aglin firing out a check and a quick call. I think that we just go ahead and check back.
Yeah.
I hope that he bets out so we can fold with a little bit of dignity.
MU is what you attended, right?
Yep, Missouri University. Also went to CMSU. I think it's called CMU now. I think they changed their name, rebranded.
So what's CMSU? Is that the first one you went to? Which one did you go to when you were 12?
The first one was Longview Community College. So that was Metropolitan Community College up there in Kansas City.
So, yes, so when he was 12, he went to Longview.
That's right. And then 13 transferred to CMSU in Warrensburg, Missouri. And then 15 started law school over there at Missouri University School of Law. Did you know that that Greg Raymer also went to MU Law? No? He went to MU Rolla Law. But
Rolla,
huh? It was... Yeah, we have a lot in common, him and I.
Maybe that's why you guys should be best friends.
Yes. Okay, so we fire out our C-bet with our top pair, top kicker. Diecalf does a good job getting away from it. And I'm going to fold this and go run and get my little schedule book.
Really? You can just write it down on the wall. Just joking. Nelly plays poker a lot, and you know this. LOL. He does, right?
Yeah, Nelly plays a lot of poker.
Yeah.
He'll play like 5-10 no limit on the boats over there in St. Louis.
In St. Louis. Okay, let's see.
And Danger Meow talking about hitting walls in poker and breaking through them. I think
life is about hitting walls.
Especially poker. Poker life especially is about breaking walls. So let's see.
Break them down.
What day is it today? It's the 24th. And I'm going to write a to-do tomorrow before the stream. To-do. Contact MIT regarding poker course on stream.
Fist bump.
I really think it's a great idea, and it would be fun to like have it going, and then talk about it. You know, we all take it together. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, let's take a shot here. I mean, it's a little bit on the loose side, but we're well into the tournament. I think there's a lot of, well, that's not going to work. So Aglin decided to go ahead and just make the ship here for a huge amount. Almost 50 big blinds here, you guys. We're making the fold, of course.
Good fold. Good fold.
I really feel like that's just not a good shove. It's going to work out for him, it looks like. But Ace-Jack suited just made a shove for...
wow.
Just 45 bigs there. Shoved for 45 big blinds after an under-the-gun open and a call in middle position with Ace-Jack suited. I mean, not only does he have to worry about my hand, and I'm under the gun opening, he also has to worry about Dykov and Chef Word and the Notable and Crozet Grind. I mean, all of these stacks behind him can really put a hurt on him. So when he gets through, he picks up 2,400, which is nice. It's like 10% of his stack. But when it doesn't get through, he's almost always waxed. I'm kind of surprised that he got called as light as he did. Let's make the check here. Itchy is going to go and get a bony fish for open limping. And it was really tempting to go ahead and just fire out a pot-sized bet, try to take it. Team fails. Can you explain some of the terms you use? Team fails. If you have any specific questions, or if there's a term specifically that you don't know what it means, just ask in chat, and if someone else doesn't answer it, I'll answer it for you.
Yeah, the chat's pretty helpful.
Yeah, so don't be shy. Anything that you don't know, no one's born knowing what a C bet is.
Oh, they don't know what flop is and databank. Is there a databank? I don't even know what databank is. What's databank?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Is there a databank?
I don't know what that is either.
But as far as things like flop, turn, river.
Oh,
yeah.
they must mean, is there a glossary? Probably databank. Probably we should probably make a glossary, like a little terms. Here, put that on your to-do list.
I'm not really going to. I'm not really going to start. I'm not going to really spend time talking about like the very, very basic things like hole cards and flop and turn and river and what that means. What a bet versus raise means.
Maybe we'll make videos in the future though for that.
What a bluff
That'd
means.
Be fun.
Value bet, continuation bet, blocker bet, semi bluff. I would just say that the basic poker terms. There's so many poker glossaries out there. Pick up any beginner's poker book. Even Super System has a glossary at the back. Or do a YouTube search for basic poker terms. I'm sure that there's some good stuff out there for you. Team fails. So,
but we'll also work on something on the side probably, so we can just forward it to people.
Yeah. But stick around. It's like any other language, really. I mean, if you don't know what a flop is, stick around the stream, and you're going to hear it enough, and you're going to become fluent in poker language. So
yeah,
fluent in poker lingo. What is that? Pokerlingo.com. I bet that there's a glossary on pokerlingo.com. If there's not, there should be. Pokerlingo.com.
Didn't you have something like that? Poker something?
No, pokerlingo.com is just a parked page. I swear, I hate these parked pages. That's coming from someone who has a lot. Pokerglossary.com, also just a parked page. But Poker Dictionary.
Poker Dictionary would be a good one.
Pokerdictionary.com.
Parked.
It goes to 180 Vita, unique digital marketing.
So I guess that's what we should do is make a little dictionary.
Pokerdatabank.com. Poker Databank cannot be found. So maybe we register Databank.
Do we even know what a databank is?
Specifically for you, Team Fails.
Oh, let's do it.
What is a databank?
Yeah, before we.
A large repository of data on a particular topic, sometimes formed from more than one database and accessible by many users.
Look, there's a Star Wars databank, a protein databank, a jumbo databank. Hey, baby.
Let's go ahead and make the fold there.
She's mad at me. She's hungry. June, let's talk on the stream. Yeah, when is the next HTP, babe?
The next HPT is in Soaring Eagle. It's in
that you're gonna do.
Oh, my next viewing party? Yeah. I don't know, but I was talking about to James Larson. He wants to come on stream because we wanted to call the Club One event, and maybe also have Aaron Massey as a special guest.
Did you get that? Did you get that domain?
No, I'm not gonna get Poker Data Bank.
How about Poker Data?
Poker Data? I'm not gonna get it.
Just terms, poker terms. Was that taken?
Poker terms?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I gotta feed my puppies. Nope.
So look, there is a glossary of poker terms here. Team Fails.
Why don't you link it?
There you go.
For Team Fails. Okay, June, let's go eat.
Let's make sure that the glossary of poker terms has limp. It does. Limp in. So one of the events I called, the Prairie Meadows event that I called, there was a guy named Rick who went all in. And when he went all in, the way he announced it was like this. He goes, "I ship all in," which I've never heard anyone say exactly that. I ship all in. I ship all in.
Yeah, you do.
No, I've never heard someone say that. I ship all in. Hey, can I have a fortune cookie? Can I have a fortune cookie?
You can have my fortune.
No.
It's a good fortune.
Okay, let me see. I'll take the fortune. You will win this $10 rebuy tournament.
You can have half of my.
Nice. Thank you, baby. That's a good fortune.
Where's that link?
Mary Jane saying, "See, bet. It's continuation bet. It's obvious."
Well, not really.
Not really. It's not really it's not really that obvious. I don't think I don't
think I knew it when I met you.
Continuation bet, by itself isn't obvious either.
Yeah, a lot of people don't continuation bet.
I'll tell you what, Mary Jane, it's very easy.
Like 3-bet too. That's kind of a new thing, right? Or it's just the thing that I've been hearing more.
Danger Meow, thank you very much. Read Danger Meow's comment there. Writing a poker glossary is a waste of time. Thank you very much for getting me out of that work, Danger
Nope, you're
Meow.
still going to do it. Doesn't matter. No, it's not a glossary. It's just like a thing. I was thinking more like a video.
Yeah. So, we were looking at doing a project. I don't want to mention the project.
Dutch knows the project that we're doing, and it's for new people.
Poker at a very, very basic
new
level.
People. Like very new, never played poker or never played cards, and that's what I was referring to. Dutch knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He knows, but
Okay.
he puts it in the back.
Yeah, she's right. I put it on the I put it in the back burner. Okay, so
There's the poker
reverse
player 100.
squeeze are my favorite terms, says Gordon Gecko. Bluff, check raise, and reverse squeeze. Bluff, check raise. I'm going to bluff, check raise this. I'm going to reverse squeeze this. So what do you think a reverse squeeze means, X and Y?
I have no idea.
A reverse squeeze. So a squeeze play basically is, I mean, you see us do this all the time. If you get a raise, call, and then we re-raise. That's a squeeze play. I'm not really sure what a reverse squeeze would be. I'm not sure if it would mean that you
There we go.
you are inducing a squeeze by calling, like just calling with like aces or kings, hoping that someone squeezes behind you, kind of inducing a squeeze. Let's see if it's on the let's see if reverse squeeze. Nope, reverse squeeze. A reverse squeeze is not on the glossary of terms for Wikipedia. Let's go ahead, and we would be making it 1900, so 1700 seems about right. Our normal pre-flop standard raise plus the open limp by Crozy Grind, and we are going to go ahead and give Crozy Grind the bony fish here for making that open limp in the hijack position. In case you guys don't know what the hijack position is, we've got the button here. This position generally called the cutoff, one to the right of the button. This position generally called the hijack position, one to the right of the cutoff. And MNT hiker, mint hiker, going in with a donk lead. This is when you fire out a half pot size bet into a pre-flop opener where you can kind of expect him to c-bet. We're going to go ahead and raise and hope that he's donk leading with like a king queen or a queen jack or a weaker ace. He makes the fold. We pick up the pot. It's good to win a hand. Queen 9 offsuit against A.A. Eglin. I like this raise, you guys. I like this. Well, now the notable coming in with an open limp. Gosh, I hate those open limps, you guys. Lemkex, bartender at the Soaring Eagle. That is going to be the next HPT event. I think it's next, like a week and a half.
Is that right?
And Robert Williamson III and Trishelle Canatella. Both are going to be the HPT ambassadors who get to play that one for free. So we wish them the best of luck up there.
Can you show the information? The lobby,
Let me go ahead and show the lobby, and then Poker Player 100 has a little bit of a question here too that I want to get to.
Okay.
So we're in 10th place, 26 left. 10th is the money right there. You'd see places paid is 10. I would guess that 10th is probably going to be paying. What does 10th pay here? Let's find out. Money bubble is $45. So first is 546. So a lot up top. I'd like to take it down. We're going to make the fold here, you guys.
Hey, Russ.
Yeah?
I ship it and go all in.
I ship it. All in.
Is that what they said? I ship it.
I ship
all
it.
In.
I'm all in. I ship it. I ship. No, he didn't say I ship it. He said I ship. All in.
Is that what it says?
I ship. All in.
Well, you're learning. See, you didn't know that, so you're learning too, Russ.
A reverse squeeze?
Yes, you're learning what it is, whatever that is.
What did he say?
No, I don't know what you're the one that's coming
Poker
up
Player
with these.
100 says, "Why can't you talk to me?
Hi,
Why
Poker
can't you
Play-
talk to me? Oh
Hi-
my gosh."
Hi, Poker Player 100. Didn't you just
Making me
answer the
feel-
question?
Well, I was going to.
Yeah.
But now he's making me feel like
Dirty.
he's a needy girlfriend texting me and being
No.
like,
Answer his
"Why
question.
can't you talk to me?" No, Poker Player 100. I can't talk to you because we were on a delay. Okay, so it says, "Hey Dutch," and every time I've played a lot of poker in my day, a lot of online tournaments, sit and goes, and cash games. I'm gonna make it 1700.
He didn't know.
And played 5-10, 10-20 no limit, and PLO. So big games. Big games there, Poker Player 100. I mean, a 10-20 no limit, that's a big game. I'm wondering what was your first deposit? And what would you recommend for a deposit to start a decent bankroll for tournament playing? I'm not that old and don't have much money, but I'm willing to play a lot. I'm also wondering what kind of programs do you use to see your opponents play, or do you just use your visual skills to determine how people play? Okay, these are good questions, Poker Player, and I'm going to tell you this. First off, If you're not in Nevada, by all means, if you're playing online, use a HUD. Poker Tracker, Hold'em Manager, I think they merged. Use one of those. I think that there's even a what is it? What's the one? What's the heads up display that's actually free? I think it's what is it, like Javaro or something like that? Maybe Poker Sharpener. But look, what would I use? I'd probably be using Poker Tracker 4. I'd probably be using some of these bum hunting scripts, Table Ninja, things like that. When you're in Vegas, if you're in Nevada playing like I am, HUDs are illegal, and we have that straight from the source. We've got that. That's the WSOP.com's interpretation of it, and my interpretation of it too. So I don't use those. But if you're not in Nevada, I would definitely use them. Poker Tracker 4 is probably what I would recommend. It's got a pretty good HUD. You got to, the learning curve's kind of tough. You got to spend some time figuring out how to customize it. But especially if you're multi-tabling cash games, it's invaluable. As far as what kind of deposit you would need to start for tournament playing, I would say, you should probably not really start with less than 100 buy-ins for the game, for the game that you're playing, whether it be cash or whether it be I guess you could probably go a little lower if you're playing cash, maybe 40 or 50 buy-ins for the game you're playing, just as long as you're willing to move down if it doesn't hit, or go and collect some other money somewhere else. Look at this, we've got
wow, Rob
K with a resub.
5 months. Thank you, Rob.
5 months. That's huge.
It's good to see you.
Always good to see you here on the stream, my friend. And very happy to have met you this summer too. It was really cool. Rob gave me a nice sweat during the very first Omaha High-Low event that we ended up cashing in. The Rob Mizrachi event. So, what kind of deposit you should make? I wouldn't really try playing R Fatty Fat. Making the ship for 10 big blinds, and I'm sitting here with King Queen, really, kind of thinking about making the call here. I think a lot of times we're actually kind of crushing his range. I mean, King Jack, King 10, Queen Jack, Queen 10 looks like a ship for 10 big blinds. I'm gonna make the fold, but he might have just gotten us off of a pretty good.
Are you off the
position.
lobby? Are you out of the lobby?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're off the lobby. So I would say, start by playing $10 tournaments, Poker Player. So you should probably try to work up about 1,000 and see how it goes. If you get down to like 500, maybe rethink what you're playing, maybe rethink what you're doing. Let's go ahead and give it a little shot here. 3x against the too big for my S2K. Too big for my S2K. We're gonna go ahead and try to take a stab at it, and it worked. Why can't we see Bob Hatter?
Huh, what? I can see him.
Bob Hatter says, I flop quads. What do I do? Kappa. Win. You win with quads. Okay, so Poker Player, a reverse squeeze is when you just call in a raised pot with a bunch of people, with about 2 to 4 people behind you. Okay, so it is. It's Poker Player 100 is saying a reverse squeeze is when you do make that, call with the aces or the kings or the queens in a position where maybe you can induce someone to squeeze. So a squeeze induction or a reverse squeeze. That's good. That's what I thought it was. Mary Jane saying, no, Poker Player, that's called slow play.
See,
I would say it's a type of slow play, but
did you know that IHateOpenLimpers.com is available?
No, I didn't know that.
Jay Rufford decided to put that in there.
Nice. Jay Ruffer says you should donate for that great advice, Poker Player 100. You gotta love Jay Ruffer. Thank you very much for selling us, Jay Ruffer. Woo. Jay Ruffer is our biggest donator on the stream. So
you bought my chair.
He bought
Thank you,
your
Jay
chair.
Ruffer. One of them, yes.
So we love having you here, Jay Ruffer.
What's this? What's HU? Oh, heads up, sit and goes. Is that what that is?
Yeah. So pokersoftware.com/categories/HUDs. I haven't really looked at the HUD options lately because
Thanks.
it's illegal where we are. If we end up going down to Mexico to play the W Coupe, I might spend a little bit of time with it. Acid Wave saying yep, Javaro, but it has next to no functionality. Meta 7 saying Exbois.
No, it is Xbox, but this girl is sexy.
This girl is sexy. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
should
I
use my
agree.
sexy
I
voice.
agree. That's a sexy girl down there.
I should talk like this.
43K into a 5-pot. Yeah. What can we say?
Does it really? JD Cole says the MIT class did a great lesson on using tracker.com. Huh.
So I haven't checked out the MIT class yet. I'm gonna have to check it out, and I'm gonna see if I gotta hope that you can go back and look at past lessons, right? LMFAO times 2 saying
Multi-accounting. Okay.
so laughing my ass off times 2 says, what do you think of Brian Hastings and the suggestion that multiple team pros knew and told stars about his multi-accounting, and they didn't do anything and in fact covered it up? To tell you the truth, man, I don't really think much about it.
Yeah.
You know, Brian Hastings, going through a little bit of a
I don't
PR
think they
problem
would go
here.
through.
I think that he's making a pretty big mistake with the way that he's responding to, the accusations that actually they're not really accusations if they're true, right? I mean, at that point, it's just the fact. The fact that he multi-accounted and used it to VPN to play online on PokerStars when... and big games too, big games. What do I think about that? I mean, honestly, I mean, it kind of bugs me a little bit. I mean, I'm sitting here playing on WSOP.com because I'm trying to do the the right thing, legit legal thing, playing here in Nevada. And there's a lot of players who use a VPN to play on PokerStars and Full Tilt, and it kind of bugs me really, because I don't. Because it's wrong. It's wrong. It's the wrong thing to do. It's
not helping the legit sites. It's definitely not helping.
That's right.
The legalities
it's not helping. It's not helping anybody except the people.
It's just
who are
showing
doing it.
It's just showing like people who don't know much about poker that it is dark.
And I don't know that it's illegal to do, but at best case scenario is it's
unethical.
It's breaking the terms of service of we're gonna go ahead and make the fold here. Too big for my S2K saying, hey, what's up, Dutch? Hey, man. If he didn't say what's up, Dutch, I might have I probably would have made a stab at it. So too big for my S2K actually watching the stream. Always happy to have friends of the stream at the table with us.
Is there somebody here on the on your thing?
I wanted to see who that hand you raised me on. Gosh, I can't even remember now.
Which one was it?
8-6 offsuit, I think. Wish you pushed my big blind just then, though. Well, I don't think I'm pushing there. I don't think I'm ever pushing 20 big blinds in from the small blind. But, oh, wow. He says he had aces. Claiming aces. We had 8 deuce. Probably, buddy, we probably would have ended up snapping it. We probably would have ended up snapping it off, so... Okay. We'll make the fold.
I've never heard of that.
Too big for my S2K. Welcome to the stream. I'm very glad to have you here. Always good to see. Friends and viewers of the stream also playing poker with us. And it would definitely be cool. Let's do it. Let's make a final table together. We're getting close. 21 players left. Looking pretty good for us. Looking okay. So our fatty fat.
Our fatty fat.
I think he just made a shove there, right? Which makes me think even more that maybe we should have called with that king queen. I think that was pre-flop shove by our fatty fat. Yeah, our fatty fat just pre-flop ships it for the 9 big blinds. Shreddin making a pretty good call here with king jack suited. A lot of times I don't really know what to do with the old king jack suited when when someone is just willing to shove 10 bigs in. So I kind of feel like we need to put a little player note on our fatty fat. Shipped it with 9 big blinds with king 9 off. And maybe be a little bit more willing to make the call with king queen off in the future. Okay, 20 players left, you guys. Getting to it.
You got a few questions here about stuff here. Let's see. We got Kiko. Is it Kiku? Cuckoo? 8182. Any material, videos, series, books that you guys recommend for someone trying to play from casual to decent player?
I'm sorry, what's the question? Any material you guys recommend for someone trying to go from casual to decent?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the fact that you're even here on the Twitch stream asking the question is a good move. I would say, there's certainly a lot of books which have improved my game. What I would suggest to you, Kiko. Nice there, X1. Nice little whisper there. What I would suggest to you, Kiko, is to specialize. Focus on one, variant, one form of poker. Whether it be PLO cash games, no limit hold'em tournaments. You'll recognize that if maybe you want to focus on no limit cash games, but focus on one of the variants and. Really try to absorb everything out there. If you focus on no limit hold'em tournaments, I think that probably is, that probably has the most information out there. It also has probably the most educated competition out there. So you might actually want to focus on like a PLO. You might want to focus on PLO just because there's so much less information that you can pretty much go read every PLO book and watch every PLO video, and let's focus on what we have in front of us here. Little Queen 7 suited. Maybe Ryan Prez is just slow playing the shit out of us with like aces or kings or queens. I'm sorry. Maybe he's got to keep it G, right, Jay Ruffer? Maybe he's just slow playing the crapola out of us with like a bigger pocket pair. But, yeah, we're in pretty good shape here. And it's just like, that's a really frustrating run out because we've got him drawn dead to 3 outs. He turns a flush draw, and then the king ends up just giving us a split. So
yeah,
a little bit frustrating there, you guys.
Ugh. So, Dutch, also, I have never heard of this site. Where is that site at?
I don't really know what Market Anarchy is talking about here. With
Team Fails. Did you either of you hear about a site called csgopoker.com? I've never heard of it.
No.
It is a site where you deposit CSGO skins that have monetary value.
Really?
It's like 10 cents per cent.
I'm familiar with like CSGO, right? Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Oh, skins, like things that you earn? Sounds like that's something that you're going to do now, huh?
Well, no.
Just joking.
No, so
Just
it's basically
kidding.
it's basically the same as like Bitcoin poker. It's basically the same thing as
but based on a fake.
Yeah, or like EVE Online. The fact is, if you play poker for anything of value, then you're probably breaking any number of state laws and maybe even federal laws. So.
I like it. So wait, Market Anarchy is saying bullshit.
So Market Anarchy. So you're
it's
saying
It's nothing like that.
Playing on a VPN is okay. Okay, and so we got Ricky Rhino coming in with a 3x. Yeah, let's go ahead and make it a 2.5x here, and we're willing to go to the mattresses with it, Ricky.
So playing on
I don't think playing on a VPN to
play anywhere
to go around, and that's
the law.
Not a good flop for Ace King offsuit. Not really, and it's really not.
Gonna fold here.
It's not going to be. This also is not going to be a situation where we just give up.
Hey, Nikki, too far.
Really frustrating. Really frustrating. Ricky Rhino now check calling and pushing on that turn card of a 3. You know what, guys? I just don't really think that we're going to make a call here for all of our chips with ace high. We're going to go ahead and give him credit for having us beat, and it's very frustrating to make this fold. It really is. I hate making this fold.
You could.
But there it is. There it is. We're making the fold. Yeah, it's nothing. It's not like the Underground Railroad. It's not like the. It's nothing like the Underground Railroad market anarchy. Law is nothing more than a monopoly on opinion backed by a gun and a lot of people buying it. Oh,
well, it's very,
okay,
very.
We can go and agree to disagree on that. I think that if playing on a VPN is basically, you want to deal heroin and say that you're doing a good thing, market anarchy, you go right ahead.
Well, I want to point
out,
out,
there's no direct victim, there's no crime, and any law that says that it's wrong is nothing more than someone using the biggest gang to oppress you, is what market anarchy says.
Yeah, but the thing is that when you guys circumvent the law and not do it the legit way, then it still becomes it's still hard to get.
Yeah, I'm going to actually say that there have been direct victims, right? So.
Well, yeah, we didn't get. I mean, we didn't get paid.
There's been plenty of direct victims with unregulated online poker.
Yeah.
And as far as using a VPN to play on PokerStars or Full Tilt, I mean, as far as Brian Hastings goes, there were direct victims.
Yeah.
Everybody that ever lost money to Brian Hastings, that's a direct victim. So how are there no direct victims there? Taxes are extortion. Think about it. Yeah, market anarchy. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sure that we have a lot of we probably have a lot of views that we agree on, but it's just kind of tiring. So I'm going to go ahead and give you
we're not here to get on a soapbox of political anarchy or whatever.
I will say this, though, market anarchy. My little brother, he started a company.
Called
you'd probably love his company name. It's anarchist.com. So that's kind of cool.
He's probably gonna leave the chat though now because you banned him, Dutch. So
I didn't ban him.
You just silenced him.
Just timed him out.
Oh.
I don't really care to hear about how laws don't matter and
because they do.
You know what? I enjoy driving on highways. I think that's pretty cool. I like the fact that we have street lamps and street signs. I like that. So. Go back to open water. Go back to international waters, my friend, because if you're in the States, you're going to have to work with laws and work within them. And whether you agree with the law or not,
and you pay taxes and all that wonderful stuff. I think it's best to go ahead
and obey the law and work at changing laws that you disagree with. And I'm not claiming that I've never broken a law in my life, because of course I have. Anybody who knows me, knows that. I've definitely been one to enjoy a good joint now and then in the past. Not anymore, but in the past. It's not like my first drink crossed my lips when I was 21. And I've played online poker, at some of these unregulated sites. So it's not like, post Black Friday, I've played my share on America's Card Room or Bovada. It's not like I'm, saying that I've never broken a law, but I think in principle, we shouldn't celebrate someone who's breaking the law. We shouldn't celebrate someone who's breaking the terms of service of of an online site. And it is against the law to play on a VPN on PokerStars or Full Tilt here in Nevada. And so I don't really know where Brian Hastings was playing from. If he was doing it here in Vegas, it's against Nevada law. And to say that there's no direct victims, well, there are direct victims. There are direct victims. For one, you got everybody is playing with. For two, you got all the victims of all the online sites that went down because they were operating in an unregulated environment. You don't think that online poker needs to be regulated? Well, write your congressman, run for office. I'm not going to say that I disagree with that statement, but I do disagree with the statement that it's good to break laws that we don't agree with. Anyway,
we have a lot of follow-ups here.
Laughing my ass off ×2 says, Dutch, do you know the name of the poker doc show that you were in years ago that chronicled your first deep run at the WSOP? I think that was Beyond the Felt is what it was called. It was directed by an LA director-producer named Rebecca Sindoris. with Cornucopia Entertainment.
I think it's on YouTube, dude.
Yeah, you might still be able
What
to
is it called?
find
Beyond the Felt?
on YouTube, yeah.
I'll find it. It's pretty good.
Did we just get a walk there? I think that we just did. That's awesome. Gotta love the walks, guys. Gotta love the walks. So here we are. Queen Jack suited. We got Crazy Polly coming in with a min bet, a minimum open, a min raise, and I think that we're going to call and see a flop here. I don't really think that we need to 3-bet it. Queen Jack suited, a little bit too good to just make a fold. So, yeah. 9 King King. What do we do? We're going to go and just check.
You have a thing. Yeah, let's see. This is Sparta. We should have a little every time we ban somebody.
Did we ban somebody?
No, I'm just saying every time we do, we should say it.
We haven't banned
this
anybody.
This is Sparta. Oh, wait. Do we speak Mexican? No. We're trying to. I'm learning. I know Papas Fritas.
We're going to go and make the fold here. Poker Player 100 saying, so I really appreciate you talking to me, so stay away from tournaments. I will say this, Poker Player 100, the bigger site that you get to play on, like if you're playing on PokerStars, with these huge, massive fields, it's going to be a little more volatile, but I don't think that you should stay away from them because they do figure to be the best value on the site as far as expected value and ROI. You're going to run into some truly dead money in tournaments, and the bigger the field, the more dead money is in them. So,
did you get Spartan's question? He said, first off, good luck. Did you get this question, though? Playing cash earlier.
Let me see here really quick. So, whose question?
Spartan, yeah.
Spartan?
Did you get that one?
Let me go ahead and raise this really quick. Pocket fours. I don't love it, but too good to fold. Too good to fold, so... Spartan Limkey says, hey, Dutch, first off, good luck. Question, though, playing cash earlier. Yeah, so Crazy Polly making the call. I think Crazy Polly actually might be right here in the stream. This isn't really a bluff. This is a claim the equity. We don't feel like giving free cards to 6-outers here. We figured to actually have the best hand, so it's not really a bluff, but we're pretty much going to c-bet no matter what, Crazy Polly, so feel free to go ahead and check raise this light if you want. Feel free. A lot of times it's going to get through, but I don't really feel like just, checking there. Okay, Sparta. Back to you, Spartan. Spartan Limkey, playing cash early. You have ace-7 of diamonds. Flop goes king 6-9 with 2 diamonds. 1 bet, then a call. Then I shove and get called with king 9. So, did I make the right play with that hand, do you two think? What do you think, Exmoor?
I don't know. I'm answering a question.
Did you make the right play? You're kind of leaving an important part out of that question, Spartan, and that is the part about stack sizes. I don't really know how much you have in front of you, and I don't really know how much you're risking and how much the other opponents have as well. When someone bets at with a king 6-9 board. You call. Wait a minute. Someone bets, someone else calls, and then you shove. That actually, the way that you describe the hand actually means that you have position on them both. So seeing a turn card isn't the worst option there. A lot of times, when you make that shove, a lot of times you're actually going to be in much worse in a much worse situation than you think. It's depending on what the stack sizes are and the limit, which is also kind of important because if you're playing 1 cent, 2 cent. You just are never going to have fold equity there. You're never going to be able to get a king off. But if you're playing like 1-2 or 10-20, no limit, then it makes maybe semi bluffing there makes a little bit more sense. I will say this, Spartan, you run that matchup into an odds calculator. You're not going to really be that far behind. And you are the one making the shove, making the last aggressive move. So. I'm not really going to criticize the play. I will say this, though, depending on the stack sizes, a lot of times when you make that ship, you don't actually have 9 outs or 12 outs with the flush draw and the overcards. A lot of times you're actually looking at fewer outs. A lot of times, especially with the call in between the guy who open leads. And it's also kind of a question, about the pre-flop action. You didn't really specify that, but I don't really want to think too much about it, Spartan. Let's just say that, a ship in that spot when you've got the nut flush draw can't ever really be that bad. So don't overthink it. It felt right at the time. If it was me playing, I probably wouldn't have shipped though, unless the stack sizes were just right. I probably am going to just go ahead and take a pretty cheap turn card. That being said, you probably miss on the turn, and if you just call, a lot of times you're going to get blown off of your flush draw. So at least by making this ship, sometimes you've got fold equity, and all the time you get to see both turn and river. Thanks for the question. Thanks for being here, by the way. LMFAO X2, yes, we are a couple.
We are?
You find that surprising?
Are you asking me?
Sometimes I do, too. Sometimes
Who
I
said
look
that?
at Exmo and I'm like, I cannot believe that she settled for me. But it's nice. It's nice to be dating up. It is nice to be dating up.
Yeah. Dating down.
Guys, we're going to be right back in 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Thanks so much for being here with us. Really encourage all of you viewers to go ahead and click on that follow button if you're not already following the stream. And if you are following the stream, go ahead and follow us on Twitter too, @DutchBoyd for me, @First for Exmoor. We'll be right back. We are back, you guys. Coming back with this to the 7-4 offsuit, a monster.
7-4 offsuit,
monster. Huh? We're probably gonna have to 3-bet here, right? No, we make the fold. Let's see. Amira Dave saying @DutchBoyd, I know you did your best in the summer's WSOP without making a 6-figure cash. That's right. Way to rub it in, Amira Dave. 5 cashes.
Do you want some lemon
nothing great
on that cut?
I'd prefer some salt.
Salt.
But I am so glad that you're back teaching poker on Twitch, says Amira Dave. If you had won a house, then you might have stopped streaming like Butters did. Wait a minute. What is this? Pocket aces, you guys.
What are we going to
Aces.
do? Oh,
what
God.
are we going to do? Oh,
God. Shove.
Oh.
Now you have to pretend that you don't have anything.
No. We're going to
do
make
the
it
normal raise.
The normal, standard opening here.
You don't overdo it because that scares people away.
Shredding.
Shredding will shove.
I would raise me.
Shred and shove.
I would
because you know
raise
what?
me.
Dutch doesn't have anything.
I never have anything.
Damn it.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and say
That was pretty good.
That is not the worst thing to happen. Picking up a big blind and a small blind in the antes is not the worst thing. We come right back to back. No, we don't have aces, Eximo. We have ace king offsuit. So Ameridave, we actually were talking about this. If we had, like, let's say that we had
I wonder
made
if we
the
missed
November
any
9,
questions.
Let's say that we actually won the main event. Would we stop Twitch streaming? And I don't think so.
No.
I really enjoy Twitch streaming. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. We might do it a little less, but I don't think that we would have just stopped entirely. So
Jip
don't
jip.
have to worry. Definitely don't root against us, Ameridave, because even if we go and win 4 more bracelets in a series,
Oh, of course
we're
we
gonna
wouldn't
be coming
stop. This
back
is really fun, and it keeps
streaming.
us kind of in a kind of a stable.
Yeah, like a stable routine.
Like
it
a-
also keeps my game sharp, you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm able to. I feel like it helps my game. So
And then it's
I
something
like
that we
being
can do
here.
together.
that's right. That's right.
This is what we do. This is our time together.
Yep.
No, let's see. Watching Jib Jib 79 says watching the entire 2003 WSOP main event earlier this week. Did you ever lose sleep? Hold on. Over the big all in you lost in Moneymaker where you had the small pocket pair and called the post. Do you ever lose sleep?
Do
Every
I
night.
lose sleep about it?
Let me. I'll answer this. Every night he does. Every night.
Every night.
He says, "Damn you, Moneymaker," and then we go to bed.
Christopher Moneymaker.
No, he doesn't lose any sleep. He forget.
Fold that hand, Christopher Moneymaker.
And he says, "Why didn't he fold?"
I don't know, literally lose sleep. I mean, literally, like actually stay up at night trying to sleep, but tossing and turning, because I'm full of regret.
God damn it! God damn it! You probably did in the first week, though.
No,
I mean,
like,
honestly,
no. I don't think that I've ever like lost sleep over it. I mean, I think about it sometimes.
did they change your
I
table?
won't lie. I think about it sometimes. I think about how different life would be.
And he
if,
plays sad music in the background too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, yeah.
When he plays the guitar.
We play some, sad music and think about what life would have been
Some Tony Braxton love
if,
songs.
if we got that fold.
Since
Like
you've
thinking about what
been
might have
gone, I've
been.
been hanging. No.
So I don't know. But actually losing sleep, not really. I mean, you just try to move forward.
The only way
You
he's
can't-
losing sleep now is from me.
That's right.
Because I always wake him up early. honey.
That's right. She does. She's always waking me up early. She's
Not
like,
in the dirty
"Wake-
way.
wake
In the
up."
fun way. I like to sing songs.
So
Yeah,
you
I'm kind
can't
of
you can't overthink your past poker mistakes. You really can't.
You can.
I mean, you can.
But
a lot
why?
of people do,
Why?
but you can't overthink them. You just got to replace them with new ones.
Not Anaconda.
Anaconda, have a good night, man.
Well, there's so many hands you play. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even remember any hands that I play.
There's a lot of coulda beens. There's a lot of shoulda coulda wouldas in poker, and
I'm pretty amazed that you remember the last all the hands that you've had bad beats on and all the situational spots. I can't even remember any of them.
I don't remember all of them.
You remember a lot.
There's a
I'm
lot of bad beats
there's
that
a
I've
lot.
forgotten. But I do remember that Moneymaker one for sure. I do remember that one. I would have really liked to make that final table.
Do you want to start? Do you need tissue?
I really would have liked to make that final table.
Did he reopen some wounds?
Okay, we're going to go ahead and make the fold here. Dead Draw Todd, letting people know that there's a lot of really good poker learning resources available illegally at Kick-Ass Torrents
Nice.
for those so inclined.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, me kind of going off on Market Anarchy and then having a pirate band.
We're gonna like take over the
Well,
Chaz the Big One. Chaz the Big One. Great to see you, man. Thank you so much for the resub. 3 months in a row. Really, really thankful for you to you for sticking with us.
do you have a question here, Crizo, or I don't know how to say
Oh,
that.
you guys,
Creo?
how can we not? Let's do it.
Oh God.
8K, let's do it. Little Jack 9 offsuit. And I think it gets through. A good chunk of the time, I think that this is going to get through. We're going to go ahead and risk 25%
Oh, because everybody
of our
linked in. I
stack
see.
to pick up a 25% increase. Chef Ward 2, everyone folds to you, and he's thinking maybe we go ahead and... Jesus. Okay, guys, we're gonna hold our breath and
Really?
and call here with middle pair and a flush draw.
Good luck.
And we're going to
Really?
Yeah, really. I mean, a lot of times he just has like an ace high flush draw, and we're pretty well ahead of that. We're getting 2-1 to make the call. So even if he has like a king, we just got to hope that he has a king without a flush draw. Yeah, we're making the call. Hold your breath. Okay, so we've got to hit a 9 of clubs. Not going to happen.
Ugh.
Well, Chef Ward, I'm not going to even talk about that hand because that was just kind of bullshit. He flops the flush and then makes the shove instead of checking to go ahead and induce the continuation bet from us. I don't really like it. I don't like the way Chef Ward played it, but you know what? He got our whole stack, so of course he played it just wonderfully. Here we are. Midnight Mayhem is 7 minutes in. We are going to go ahead and register for this. Back to starting stack. We're not going to overthink that hand too much. You guys can criticize it all you want, but I feel like a good chunk of time we are going to go ahead and get through. We ended up getting it all in there on the flop. Not the favorite. We actually were in pretty bad shape against a flopped flush, but I'm not really putting him on a flopped flush because he shipped. He just shoved. Plus, what are the chances that a guy actually has 2 clubs there versus 1 club versus some sort of combo draw? I think chances are pretty good actually that our Jack 9 is going to be a call getting 2-1. Sure hated seeing 8-7 of clubs though. That was like, why would you even shove there? Why not just go ahead and check and slow play the hand against a pre-flop aggressor who just put in a quarter of his stack? I don't even know what to say. I'm just like so surprised. Like when he actually turned over 8-7 suited, I was really surprised. And I actually think that his call pre-flop is pretty bad too. He's putting in 8,000 with 8-7 suited. Even if he thinks that we're bluffing, like what is he going to do? He's out of position, and most of the time he just completely misses it. What are the chances of actually flopping a flush? It's not good, you guys. Most of the time, he's going to whip his hand, and it works for us. So it is frustrating. Market Anarchy saying, I hope you will consider my offer to talk about what I was saying earlier on my show. I sent you a PM. Don't want to hijack your stream. Poker on. Yeah, I'll consider it Market Anarchy. I mean, don't take it personally that I didn't really want to talk about it, when we're playing poker. And I'm sure, honestly, man, I'm sure that we have a lot of similarities in our viewpoints. I certainly. I mean,
in a perfect world, we would all be playing poker without any worries, would we? And not pay taxes.
Right. In a perfect world, all the robots do our work for us.
Yeah.
And we just get to.
But
hang out and play poker.
We're trying to advocate a legitimate. We're trying to advocate the WSOP and the regulated.
I think
sites.
It's kind of interesting though because I imagine that you're probably taking more the libertarian route, and I would probably go more the socialist route. So we can go. I would love to come on your show.
What's
and talk
his
about
show?
It. I'm going to go ahead and
if you don't mind me asking,
I'll take a look at your PM. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Can you send me?
I'll take a look at your
Can you
PM.
send me Can you send me the thing too?
Yeah. Can you send Exmo the thing as well?
So next on to the midnight, and that's it. And then we get to go to garage sales tomorrow. Yay!
I definitely. I'm pretty sure Jay Ruffer would probably be more on your side than mine. Market Anarchy.
No, I mean we would love to break the law. I mean, and not get caught. I mean, wouldn't we all?
We would love to break the law and not get caught.
I mean, it's so dirty, but there's a lot of gray areas in the legal system. And a lot of people exploit those gray areas, and that's fine. I mean, if you guys exploit
Market
it,
Anarchy. I have been personally dramatically affected by overreaching laws. You look at Black Friday, you look at UIGEA. This really hurt me personally. It really hurt me personally.
Yeah, and it's hurting the poker community, period. The whole UIG.
I could be easily swayed,
Mm-hmm. Are you playing the midnight?
I am playing the Midnight Mayhem. It's up on our stream now.
Okay.
Very frustrated that Jack 9 suited little play didn't work out, you guys. I thought that was going to work. I thought that was going to work. It didn't work. It didn't work. So now we're 0 for 2 tonight. 0 for 2. This is our last chance. Last chance.
It's all right. You know what? You're getting back into the saddle because yesterday you took off. So tomorrow you're going to start at 7 again? Bum, 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 bum.
Chasta Big saying, yeah, that call before the flop was pretty ballsy with 8-7 suited. It was.
I agree.
Was.
I don't think you
like,
should. I don't even think you should have been in that hand at all.
You don't think I should have been in the hand?
Yeah, I don't even know where you. But you know what? I don't even know the spots or nothing.
Oh my gosh! Now we have criticizing my pre-flop bet here. We almost got through. We almost increased our stack 25% without having to fade a flop. And I would point out, Exmoor, that we did get it in pre-flop in a dominating position against 8 high. So, and we did hit the flop, you know. But yeah, I mean, if I could rewind it, I guess that I'm folding on the flop. No, we're not going to get Chef Ward a bony fish at that point, you know, for that one. I mean, there were a lot of things that Chef Ward did that were questionable, and I think that was a pretty questionable shove on the flop. I mean, why not try to go ahead and extract value out of me when he just crushes the flop like that, and he can kind of count on a c-bet from me? Why not give me a little bit of rope to hang myself? You know, check raise or check call, I think is much, much better than shoving. Much better than shoving, because anything that I'm going to call the shove with, I'm going to c-bet with anyway. So it's not like he just doesn't lose any value by checking there, but he loses a hell of a lot of value by shoving there. I mean, let's give me a hand of 2 red 10s, right, on that king jack board. Am I really calling an open ship? No, I'm not. Am I c-betting if he checks to me? Possibly. So he really shouldn't be afraid of giving free cards. I think that's why he made the ship. So, one Rambo One saying he doesn't think the call all in was bad. Crazy Pauly 12 saying that was pretty bad. I don't know. We've got Jem asking, you've played with Phil Hellmuth, right? Yes, I have. Many times. He says, is he a quality guy off the stream? The Poker Brat thing is just for television purposes, right? Or does he really complain that much all the time?
I guess we're used to it.
I'll say this. I don't think Phil Hellmuth's TV persona is a persona. I think that's pretty much, you know, if you play with him, that's pretty much how he acts at the table. But away from the table, he's an awesome guy. You know, so he doesn't really complain away from the table. When he's actually at the table, he complains when he gets beat a lot, because it hurts to get beat. He's definitely one of those guys who are like me, where he's really competitive and hates losing. Hates it. It's like the worst thing.
You have to express yourself, you know.
So, you know, I don't really fault
bottle
him
it up.
for it.
If you bottle it up, it's not good for you.
You can't bottle it up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continuation bet, even though we pretty much just crushed this, and I don't really expect to get called here. But we c-bet anything. You know, we c-bet anything heads up. So when we start just checking back, it just it should start sending bells off. And, you know, earlier we said, well, against a habitual c-better, shouldn't you sometimes check raise? You know, that's what we're kind of hoping. We're kind of hoping that we're running up against a smaller ace, and we're going to go ahead and get value out of it. There's a lot of hands there that Siley can make the call with, or even check raise with, that we're just crushing, you know. So we'll go ahead and take a stab at it. Team fails. What about the other game? I don't know what you're saying there, team fails. There's no other game. The other game went down in flames. We are out of the other game. This is the new game. this is what we got. We have one table that we're playing, and this is it. So the other game went down in flames. we busted. And when you busted in a poker tournament, what that means is you lose all of your chips, and you don't get to play another hand in that poker tournament. So we bought into another tournament, and buying into another tournament means paying the buy-in. Yeah, I'm sorry, team fails. I'm not trying to. I'm just still a little bit salty here. I'm not trying to make fun of you. Blurred 11s says, I see both sides, and I've discussed this ad nauseum for like 20 years. It's a debate because it boils down to political slant. Personally, I believe in personal freedom and think poker should be legal. But I also see the point of the government protecting gambling degens who contribute nothing to society. And there you go, a bit of a Syria. I agree with you, Blurred 11s. I see both points. And I don't really know.
We just don't want to. I mean, Dutch has already had his issues. We don't want to make any issue. We want to make this as easy as it can be with life. We don't want to get in trouble or be made an example of. That's the last thing we want.
Yeah. So JD Cole, I'm going to. Yeah, that's a good point too, Eximoa. That's a good point too. We don't want to be made an example of. You can have you can have your thoughts on it, but if you try to fight the the state mob, if you feel like laws are made to be broken and you try to fight that, a lot of times you're going to be ending up in prison. You look at Brian Micon trying to take a stand and be the American hero, fighting for your right to play poker.
And then at the end, he's in an island alone with his wife and his child.
So
with like $200 donations or $2,000 donations.
Yeah. So I don't really feel like taking one for the team, Market Anarchy. Okay, so
yeah,
we're gonna go ahead and make the check here. We're done with this hand.
I really want to make brownies today, but I'm not gonna. But I really want to.
And LMFAO ×2, I completely agree. It says, man, a woman who will sit here and chat while you one table for hours. What a woman. What a girl. We love her. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make the fold here.
I guess I could sit behind you.
Play him no, talking about storage wars.
Yeah, we.
So play him no. What's the coolest thing you ever found buying a storage? I'm kind of interested in that. One of my buddies, Brett. Brett spent a lot of money at a storage auction once, and then he picked it out and was like, "What did he get?"
John, a VHS, bunch of VHSs.
Some furniture, and how are you going to sell furniture? Like if you have like a yard sale, or you've got you got somewhere to store it. A whole bunch of DVDs.
Yeah, not DVDs, VHSs, I believe.
No, I think some were.
I think they were DVDs.
Maybe
they were DVDs.
Doesn't matter. DVDs are pretty worthless these days too.
Yeah.
We
don't even have any DVDs.
An old DVD. Yeah, we've got some.
Oh, I have my Lord of the Rings and stuff,
but some DVDs.
and my Star Wars and my
I've got, like,
Harry Potter's.
And
but actually, I'm missing one. Oh no, I'm not. Did I get that Harry Potter?
It's like, what's the point of owning a DVD?
To look at them. To look at them and throw.
Pretty much.
In case there's an emergency.
Pretty much. In case the internet goes down, you can watch your favorite movie.
Yeah, because there's awesome things, Netflix and things like that.
Yeah, everything is streaming these days anyway. So, SNS Prodigy. There's a great quote about our responsibility to not follow unjust laws. I'd find it, but I don't want to exit stream. I'm just thinking they shouldn't start going out, wasting resources, finding people using VPNs, as opposed to bots and collusion. Yeah, I would say that is probably a bigger problem on the sites, the bots and the collusion, than just having like one person VPNing so that they can play from their locale. I would agree with that. Frog Tech says, I did the storage auctions for a bit too. Gets too hot when you're cleaning a locker out in 100-degree weather. I mostly just stick to thrift stores and garage sales now. Frog Tech, I feel like, one of my least favorite things to do in the world is moving, right? And I feel like buying a storage auction is kind of like half moving, right? I mean, it's kind of
yeah. What are the coolest things you guys got, man?
I mean, I'm interested.
We got a guitar for like $20, an electric guitar, really nice.
Oh, play him? No, that's pretty cool. He just bought 2 storage units from the same owner who was a huge Star Wars fan and had tons of Star Wars and Star Trek and Transformers stuff.
Oh, I'm so jelly.
That's pretty cool. I feel bad for him. I feel really bad for that guy. Didn't pay his storage bill.
I don't feel
lost
bad.
All his cool toys.
I don't feel bad.
Team fails. Team fails says, holy shit, someone is posting their address in a free poker tournament right now. He's asking people to fight him. Come to my house. I want to fight. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny their team fails. Wasn't it team... Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm a bear. Can't everyone see you playing? And are you playing for real money right now? We are. And hopefully they can. Hopefully they can see us. We're on a delay, though, buddy. So they can't see us while we're in the same hand. We're on a 4-minute delay.
Yeah, is that right? Sports betting is illegal, or is it legal? Yeah, it's illegal. Sports betting.
Jem, that's a good question. My favorite poker player is Lane Flack. He is so funny at the table. He's so much fun to play. And he's really good. You never have an edge against Lane, but he definitely makes the table fun. Kzilla TV, I do hoard some board games.
Monopoly especially. Some good Monopolies.
Yeah.
Monopoly, and we have some really good ones. I always challenge Dutch, but he never takes my challenges.
Yeah, she's always challenged me to Agricola.
He never wants to play me Agricola.
And guys, I forgot.
Oh,
I forgot
pistachio
something.
fudge, that sounds so good.
I need to ask you all to go ahead and click on that follow button if you haven't followed the stream yet. It's right underneath the video. It's a little heart icon. Click on it. It doesn't cost you anything. Helps us out. Really would appreciate your follow. Xmoda, did you win this summer? Like mentally?
No.
No. It was a lackluster summer, Xmoda. Five caches was okay.
But it was just
we did get to cash in the online event, which was pretty cool. That was pretty fun, cashing in the online event. So, yeah, pretty good. But I mean, anytime you have a down summer, it's a little bit deflating.
Oh man, that sounds so good.
So, a little 8-3 offsuit. We're going to go ahead and make the fold here. And you know what, guys? We're going to go ahead and start tapering right now. We've talked about this before. We still haven't worked it out what we're going to do. But let's go ahead and load up the tournament info together. Let's work out a standard pre-flop opening amount for this Midnight Mayhem. Let's take a look at it. So, we're sitting here with the ante doesn't kick in until level 10. So by level 10, I kind of want to be at about 450, about 2.25. Now we're at 2040, so level 3. So level 3 we could do 120, and then just a straight 3x. And level 4, in 5 minutes and 16 seconds, that's when I think that we just should start tapering down to 2.5. So level 3 we'll just do a straight 120 since we're all 50 big blinds in. Here we've got 40 big blinds, so let's start tapering to 2.5x at level 4. And then when we get to level 10, I want to be at 2.25. I want to make it 450. So how can we taper down from 2.5 to... How do we taper down from 2.5 to 2.25 from level 4? At 3060, we could do 120. So we'll do 125 at level 4. We do 150 at level 5. And level 6, let's start going down to 2.3. So 160, 200. Well, maybe what we do is we just do 1.2, or maybe we do a 2.25 starting at level 5. So let's do that, and then we'll jump back up. No, 2.25 the whole way. 2.25 the whole way. So we'll do 125 at level 4. 120, we can do one. We could probably do like a 2.3 here at level 5, so making it 140. 125 at level 4, 140 at level 3. Or at level 5, I mean, at the 3060. So 125 at 4, 140 at 5, 160. We could probably do like a 180 at 6. And then, yeah, after level 6, we'll just stick with the 2.25. So 225 at 7, and 240. We'll do a 270 at 8. And 320, we'll do a 360 at 9, 450 at 10. So that's what we're going to do. 2.5 next level, 2.25 after level 5. Sounds good, you guys. Sounds like that is a good way to taper this Midnight Mayhem, and we'll see how it works. And if it works okay, we'll try it a few nights, and we'll do it. I mean, we were talking to Zoran, we were talking to Punky Squid about this Midnight Mayhem is a little bit different than these other tournaments in that they start you off with fewer chips. There's no rebuys. There's no add-ons. So the early pots kind of get a little dangerous. I mean, you look at this, 400. This is 20% of everybody's stack on average. I mean, so really, with this kind of format, we should start tapering a little bit earlier. If you guys don't know what tapering means, check out my poker clinic on YouTube, where I spend a whole half hour talking about tapering. I also have an all-in article coming out about the concept of tapering your pre-flop opens. So, my skins game. What do you do with donations? Groceries
Give
and
it
bills,
to me.
buddy.
Give it to me.
Mainly groceries and bills. OJ Limson says, "Who do you want to see win the final table in November?" I would like to see Pierre. I would like to see Pierre. I think a lot of people are saying that Max would be best for the game. Joe McKeon isn't so bad. I mean, he's kind of a pro's pro. 2 circuit rings, a bit of a grinder for sure. But I would like to see Pierre Nouvelle win it. I think that would really be cool, seeing a 70-something-year-old actually take down the biggest poker tournament, and I think that he's capable of doing it. So he's my guy. I really want to see Pierre do it. Hoa says, "Hey chat, what are some good sources to get into poker? I play a lot of Hearthstone and wanted to see how many of my skills transfer over." So Ho Arth, welcome to the stream.
Use your
I'm a bit of a Hearthstone
is the graph that you had up off, or the?
Yeah, it is off. I'm a bit of a Hearthstone player myself. Got 4 12-win arena runs under my belt, which I'm very proud of, and rolling a rogue mech deck for the constructed. Some good ways to get into poker. I mean, well, the fact that you're actually here asking about it is, a step in the right direction. I would definitely go to your local library, check out every poker book you can, spend a little bit of time on Amazon, ordering some of the 4-star plus strategy books out there. You definitely can't go wrong with Super System and Super System 2 as a beginning, reader in the poker literature. It's really a rabbit hole that goes pretty deep. But the learning curve is, can be pretty quick at this point. You're really actually lucky to be, getting into poker at this day and age, given all the free information out there. When I first started back in the late '90s, there really weren't that many poker books on the shelves, and not that much information. Now, if you start doing a YouTube search for poker strategy, you start looking at some of these Twitch streams, you start reading poker books, you watch the videos, the rabbit hole goes pretty deep, and we're kind of at a point, I think, where there's more poker information out there than one person can digest. But if you stick with, go read the books, jump on some poker forums. If you're a Redditor, Reddit has a sub forum moderated by a couple of the Twitch streamers here. I'm gonna go ahead and make the call here, guys. 7-4 suited. He's making it a 2.5x. We're getting a call. It's the kind of hand where we're gonna know where we're at. We've got some implied odds here, so we'll see. Didn't really go well for us.
It looks like you did your math wrong. Z Smiley.
Right. So Z Smiley, we're gonna do 2.5x at the 2550 level, and we're gonna do 2.25 the level after that. So yes, 125 is 2.5x at the 2550 level. That is correct. That is correct, sir. So here we are, 2550 next level, and our pre-flop standard is going to be 125. 2.5x. And the next level after that, at 3060, we're going to go down to 2.25.
2.25. Oh,
which is going to be 120 plus 15. So 135. We'll actually make it 140 at 3060 just because I think it's a little better.
So Zoran's feeling awesome tonight. He finished second last night in the 1250 and super stoked. Back-to-back final tables, heads up.
Oh, nice job, Zoran. Punky Squid.
Punky Squid.
Big fist bump to you, man. Really happy to hear that you've been having a nice week. Nice job, bud. Glad to hear it. And yeah, I actually was just talking about you, Zoran. Your ears must have been ringing unless you were on our stream talking about tapering in this Midnight Mayhem a little bit earlier than in the rebuy add-on tournaments that we're used to.
Also laughing my ass off ×2. It says he followed you on both of his accounts. He doesn't multi-account poker, but he does in Twitch.
Nice. Okay, so we get moved, which is kind of irritating.
Irritating.
It is irritating. It's irritating getting moved.
Game is switched. And Horth says thanks at Going Paper and Cool XMall. I want to learn at least have a sizable edge on my college buddies.
Well, Hoarth, that probably isn't going to be too hard. When you're first starting, if you're playing cash games with friends, especially college friends, hopefully there's a little bit of drinking going on if you guys are over 21. Pretty easy to get an edge on the in those situations where it's even sum to begin with. One thing that is kind of wrong with in my opinion with poker is that by and large the games that you're going to run into are going to be negative sum games where there's
we're gonna take over the
we got Rottweiler 6-6 3 months in a row.
Nice.
Rottweiler, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for sticking with us. It's awesome to have you here after all this time. We really appreciate you being here and sticking with us. It was a pretty quiet summer, really. I mean, we didn't really do a lot of streaming for those 6 weeks during the World Series of Poker. So, Rottweiler, we're back to a regular schedule, 4 days a week, and really thankful to have your support here on the stream. Okay. So, Hoarth, yeah, back to what I was saying. It's poker is a negative sum game. The vast majority of poker players lose because there's so much money taken out of every pot and every tournament that I think that when you're just starting out, the best way to do it, the most pure way to play poker is with your buddies, and you also are able to build up much more of a meta game. You're able to pick up on tells on your opponents, and for that kind of game, you want an edge in that game, then I'm going to tell you what, pick up the Zachary Elwood books. Reading Poker Tells and Verbal Poker Tells.
That's a good one.
Those two books are going to give you an edge. You're going to be able to read your opponents, and then just pick up a regular no limit cash game book if that's what you guys are playing. If you guys are playing no limit cash, if you guys are playing little sit and goes, pick up the Mosh Man book about sit and goes. If you're playing cash, I would say the new Jonathan Little book is pretty good. The Jonathan Little on cash games, pick up that. And those books will give you an edge strategy-wise. And then the Zachary Elwood books will give you an edge tactics-wise. So good luck, breaking your buddies and getting the beer and pizza money, because that is the purest way to play poker is with friends.
Yep. Also, Dutch
Napa Smith,
that's
when
the
you were
one I
heads
was-
up with Poker Cat, why did her limp not set off alarm bells? Well, Napa Smith, if you were
It's not really a
watching the
limp.
stream, it actually did set off alarm bells. I was like, oh man, this could easily be a trap here.
Yeah.
But King 9 suited in a heads up spot, I was like, you know what? If it's a trap, it doesn't matter. You know, I mean, like, we have a really strong hand to your heads up, and sometimes she's not trapping. We're going to just be able to take it. If she is trapping, well, King 9 suited, you know, she's not going to really love it if she was trapping with a smaller pocket pair or, you know, like an ace queen or ace jack. There are going to be some times when we were up against a real bad dominating position, but most of the time we're not. Even when she's ahead, she's not that far ahead. Turns out that she turns over queens, which is one of those, you know, tens, jacks, queens hand that we really hate seeing. Against the range, even against her trapping range, you know, King 9 suited isn't that bad. And the times when she's not trapping, we're giving up quite a bit of equity, not making the move. I kind of feel like more often than not, she's not trapping there, and she's going to be limping in with like a weak ace or, you know, like suited connectors or something like that. More often than not, I think she's not trapping there. You know, honestly, I think that it's just kind of one of those things where you can't be afraid of the monster under the bed. She was trapping. We got it all in. She wasn't that big of a favorite. We actually crushed her on the flop. I don't know if you guys remember that, but
And then she caught
you
up.
know, by anyone's count, top pair when she has, you know, a 2-outer, most of the time we're walking away with a win there after that flop. She got to escape by going runner flush, which was kind of irritating. But yeah, I mean, if you watch the hand, alarm bells were kind of going off, but didn't even matter. If I had a hand like 8-7 suited, I probably am not making the raise there. If I had a hand like you know, the old Jack 2 offsuit, I'm probably not making the raise there. But King 9 suited, strong enough hand where even if she's trapping, we're not going to really be that far behind. Okay, so we're making the fold here. So Zorn W says, what did you decide on where to taper? We decided that we're going to start tapering at this level, the 2550 level. We're going to make it 125 here. And then at the next level, 3060, we're going to go down to 2.25 where we're going to stay. We are going to stay at the 2.25 level until we get down to, you know, the point where double plus 100, you know, or double plus a unit is less than 2.25, and then we'll start tapering down to get to the straight 2x. So that's what we're doing. Hooded in. Well, hooded in. It's hard even if you went to college. Hooded in says, I wish I went to college. Poker is hard. Do you guys know what I'm saying? I do. You know, one of the things that led to Black Friday was the student body president of Lehigh University, a pastor's son, losing $4,000 at online poker, and deciding that his only out at that point was to walk into a bank with a ski mask and rob it. So he got caught. You know, he got sentenced, and they're asking, why did you do it? You know, you had such a promising future. You were the student body president. You had a, you know, an upper class suburban home. Home life. Your dad was a pastor who instilled you with good Christian morals. Why did you rob that bank? And he was like, I had to. I lost all my money playing poker. So yeah, you know, Hooded, even if you go to college, poker's still hard. So, you know, just realize it's supposed to be hard because it's
Life
negative
is hard.
sum. You know, it's
Life
supposed
is
to be.
hard.
Yeah, poker's harder. Most people are supposed to lose because they take away so much. So hopefully one day poker's going to change and get to the point where it's a positive sum game rather than a negative sum game. That's what we'd all like to see. There's a couple of things that I definitely want to throw my support behind. I encourage you guys to throw your support behind. That's trying to make that dream a reality. Things like the the Global Poker League that Alex Dreyfus is putting together. Okay. Queen 8 offsuit. We'll make the fold. Oh, so this is kind of fun. See this little flag right here? Mm-hmm. So a few years ago, I was playing with Greg Raymer in a stud event. We were actually pretty deep, 2-3 tables away from, there were like 4 tables left. We were pretty deep. Jeff Alessandro was at the table. He would go on to win it. And at that time, the World Series of Poker, the Rio, would have all of the different national flags hanging from the ceiling, right? And this flag was hanging from the ceiling. And Greg Raymer, he kept on going on about it. He was like, "Look at that flag. What is that? Like, what country would have that as their flag? It's like, the Monty Python flag." It's like he kept on going on about it. And so finally, I was like, "It's Isle of Man." Isle of Man. and he just like shut up, and he just looked at me like, "Dutch, I hate you." It was kind of funny though. At the time, he was the PokerStars Pro. He was sponsored by PokerStars, and PokerStars was making a big deal out of the fact that they are an Isle of Man company.
Be Wild Poker has a question for you.
Yeah, so he doesn't know everything. Be Wild Poker. Dutch question before I leave. I have the theory that this might work. By the way, I like the Isle of Man flag. The 3 legs there, the idea is that it's kind of like that. If we stick together, we can do anything. The idea is that you drop that down, and it always lands on its feet. So it's kind of like one of those things that like a lot of sticks together can't be broken. Together, we're more powerful and we can recover from anything. I have this theory that this might work. Say under the gun +1 raises pre-flop. You call in middle or late position. If they c-bet on a non-ace king board, wouldn't a 3-bet work a lot of the time? Sure, be wild. I think that if an under the gun and an under the gun +1 range has to be quite a bit tighter. One thing that I would point out though, be wild, is that you always have to take into account the idea of sunk cost. The sunk cost fallacy. It's a cognitive bias, which basically means the more someone has put into the middle, the less likely you are to get them to fold. And I mean, what you're talking about is setting yourself up for a float. And I would point out that there's a few flaws with this, right? One is that when you call in middle or late position, you're actually also inducing calls behind you. So if you end up inducing the small blind and the big blind to call, or even just the big blind, now you're kind of in an awkward spot where you don't really know where you're at. Also, keep in mind that a lot of under the guns are going to, are going to have bigger pocket pairs who are going to hate to see an ace or king. So to answer your question, floating in position against an early opener who might be able to get moved off of his hand if an ace or king doesn't hit, is it a good move? I mean, sure. Go ahead and try it. Experiment with it. I mean, experimenting with a float, not that bad of a move. Keep in mind that you might not get a chance to do it because a lot of times they're going to keep on bluffing with worse than whatever you're calling with, and if they fire out on the turn, you're just never going to have the fold equity that you think you do. Whatever fold equity you think you have for that play, just make sure to downgrade it a little bit because of that idea of sunk cost fallacy and the fact that a lot of times even someone who has ace king, if the board comes relatively safe like 5-5-2 and the turn comes a 7, a lot of times they're going to call anyway because they're like, okay, well, he's bluffing. I mean, it's a leveling game. So would it work a high percentage of the time? Maybe. I wouldn't be able to tell you what percentage. But it's definitely like one of those plays you should have in your tool belt. I don't really think that floating and a pre-flop aggressor and with the plan of taking it down, taking it away down the line. I don't really think that that's one of the most important skills to have to take down no limit hold'em tournaments. I talk about all the different things that you got to be able to do in no limit hold'em tournaments, and the two biggest tools at your disposal are going to be the pre-flop, blind stealing, and post-flop c-betting. So where does in position floats against an early position under the gun or under the gun +1 opener fall? Well, it kind of falls into the pure bluff category. It's so much easier to pull off a bluff when you've got the aggression. But would it work? Yeah, it'll work. Sometimes it'll work. I have hope that the complete rise of daily fantasy sports leagues like FanDuel and DraftKings will open more doors to online gambling with poker included. It's just getting so big, says Jem. I have hope too. I have hope too.
Hopes we have much of.
I have that on my biking helmet because it's got the most F-up motorcycle race. Interesting. So, guys, we're kind of losing ground here. 1,625. So, I mean, it's almost starting stack. Let's go ahead and get the info tab up so we know where we're at. And this is going to be the last thing we play today, guys. This is going to be it. And I want to encourage all of you. Thanks again for being here with us this Friday night. If you haven't clicked on the follow button, what are you waiting for, you guys? What are they waiting for, Exmois? I mean, if you're watching and you're enjoying yourself enough to actually stick around, why not click on the follow button? It doesn't cost you anything. It really helps us out, and would really appreciate you clicking on it. If you already are following the stream, make sure to follow me on Twitter at DutchBoyd. Follow Exmois down there on Twitter at First, and don't be shy with the sub buttons too. I'll tell you. We give all of our subscribers a free copy of my book, Poker Tilt, as our way of saying thank you. And we're going to try to roll out a lot of other really cool sub perks for all of you guys. So don't be shy with that sub button. Gosh, we've been kind of having a bad day. It would really, really cheer us up if you clicked on that follow button, because so far we are 0 for 2, and this is our third tournament. Got kind of deep in that 30, got kind of deep in the $10 rebuy, but not deep enough, guys. Not deep enough. Feeling kind of bad about how it's going today. Feeling like a loser today. So, cheer us up by clicking on that follow button. Hooded In asking, is Greg Raymer gay? Didn't he get arrested on a male prostitution sting or something? Hooded, no, he didn't. It was a straight prostitution sting. It's very, very important that everyone realizes that it was a straight prostitute. That Exmois laughing. This is very important.
No,
because when the story broke, it was a male prostitute.
I know. He
was horrified. He was like, what difference does it make? The crummy thing is that the man cheated on his wife. I wouldn't really have. I would have. Actually, we were talking about this in Fargo, because Greg Raymer has 4 HPT championships. 4 titles. It's amazing. The guy is an amazing poker player. But we were talking about. Nice saying there, Pao Shang. Pao Shang. I wonder what Pao Shang means in Chinese. Let's look it up. If Greg Raymer, after the bust, had been able, had come up to everybody, in a press release with his wife, and his wife was like, "Look, this doesn't go against our libertarian values at all."
It would have been fine.
And for anybody criticizing him, saying that he did something wrong to me, I would just like to point out that I've known Greg and I have been frequenting whorehouses together for 10 years, and it's something fun that we like to do together and apart sometimes. No problem here. I would have actually looked at him and been like, "Man, Greg, you are my hero. You are my hero. I don't really think that the fact that he bought a prostitute is really that wrong, but I do think that, cheating on your spouse is wrong. Like, one of the worst things you can do.
Lying to your spouse. I mean, if you guys have an agreement, that's one thing. But if it's like if you're lying to the person that you're supposed to be committed to, it's different.
It's like you have like
Night
a
be
team
wild,
member
poker.
in this life, and if you're lying to the one person that you're supposed to like really count on to be there for you, and you're going to be there for them too, I just feel like, how can anyone trust you? This is why I'm really disappointed with Bill Clinton and all of that. I feel like if you're gonna lie to the one person you're supposed to like be together with, that's what's immoral and that's what's disappointing about Raymer. But no, it was not a male prostitute. I'm so sick and tired of hearing people say that Greg Raymer was caught with a male prostitute, and it was like so unfair because when the story broke, everyone was like, Greg Raymer caught with a male prostitute. No, it was just a regular prostitute, a prostitute of the vanilla variety. Robert Williamson was because I had asked, I talked about it. I guess Robert Williamson had actually talked to Greg about it, and the girl was really hot, and they didn't, Greg Raymer made it clear he didn't explicitly say sex. The word sex was never really involved. It was more like, so how much? Oh, 300. Sure. Done. So he did actually beat the charges. He did beat the charges because they didn't actually specifically lay out that they were going to have sex for money.
But but I see that, so it's kind of an entrapment thing. Well, sometimes people like to entertain the in Vegas, I used to know people that bought prostitutes.
Almost. And then he's going to be like, I just wanted to remind myself that I could.
No. I mean, because I used to know a guy. He passed away though now, but he used to talk hookers down to like a couple $100 at like night. I mean, like $100 for sex.
And then what?
I don't know what he did. I don't want to know.
What would he do? So you're saying
how would you know?
So you're saying that you had a friend who well,
he passed away, so
who loved buying hookers and haggling down.
Yeah, but
haggling hookers.
But maybe that's what he was trying to do. Guys. He was maybe trying to haggle or something, man. So he wasn't like, he might have gotten into it. We don't really know because they prematurely got him. That's all I'm saying.
So he might have.
We need the audio tapes.
Yeah, video or it didn't happen.
Yeah, dude, come on. We live in a world where there's cell phones, pictures.
Ace WSOP hitting the love button for us.
He should have known better if she was really hot. So was it like a
WSOP? What do you mean he should have known better if she was really hot?
Was it like a setup then?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me? So yeah, dude. I mean, a lot of prostitutes are kind of
set up. It was like,
was she a hooker or was she a police officer?
She posed as a hooker online.
So she's,
and she was a police officer.
Wait a minute, you're confusing me. It sounds confusing because you just was it like. So did he go to the room?
Yes.
Then
he went to the hotel room.
No offense, Raymer, but
money.
I mean, come on, shut up.
I know, right?
Shut up.
Look at this. We got Ned 82.
Hey,
just
Ned.
Subscribing.
Thank goodness, because this was a weird conversation. I don't even know where we started talking about it.
Ned, thank you so much. Big fist bump. Welcome to the crew. We really appreciate you being here, man.
This is why sometimes
Market Anarchy giving us a follow as well. Ned, for your sub, we're going to go ahead and send you this book. We're going to send you this. Poker
Not
Tilt.
that, but
Not this
an
one,
ebook.
An ebook. Okay, so
digital
what are we doing
copy.
Here? 2.25. It's going to be 180. That's going to be our standard raise here of 180. We're still not quite at that point where a shove feels right. If Don Diggler shoves, though, we're probably making the call.
Do you remember the price that he got, though? I'm just curious now. Now I'm curious.
No.
Did you say like $300?
I feel like 300. I mean, anything
300.
More. I mean,
No,
maybe he's
300 is
playing the
not
Greg
that.
Raymer. Maybe he's paying
That's
the
what I'm
Greg
saying.
Raymer
He should
premium
know, dude.
of like 400 or 500.
Like really hot ones are more expensive than uglier ones.
He's also like in the middle. Like he's in the Midwest. I mean, yeah.
I just don't buy it.
If he was spending more than 500, I think he's getting ripped off.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I don't think so. I think you should pay a lot for
Well,
hookers.
if it comes out that he was
Pay a lot for
offering,
hookers.
like $1,000, I'm gonna have even less respect for him.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have more respect for him. See,
More
that's the
respect
difference
if
between
he
you
let
and
himself
I.
get ripped off.
He's not getting ripped off. He values the quality, man. It's quality.
Is it?
Well, it's not apparently. I mean,
Okay,
apparently
guys,
not
we're gonna
quality
be right
because he
back
got
in 4
arrested.
minutes. Really appreciate you being
Just-
here. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna try to take this Midnight Mayhem down. And we are back, you guys. Back in the Midnight Mayhem with 1,465.
So much.
Poker Punisher, that's pretty funny. Not a lot of chips. And thanks again for being here, everybody. We really appreciate seeing you here on the stream. Really appreciate you being here. Yeah, what do we do here, guys? What do we do here? What do we do with a 6-2 offsuit? What do we do with a 6-2 off? We're gonna make the fold. I like Hooded In saying he could afford a high-end escort with those 4 HPT titles. Yes, a high-end escort. One high-end escort is what he could afford with the 4 HPT titles. Okay, we're going to change the subject now and focus on the pokers. We are going to focus.
You could get 2
on
hookers
the
for
pokers.
1,000.
At the same time. You know, I remember that Office Space quote where he's like, "What would you do if you won $1 million? What would you do with $1 million?" It's like, I'd have 2 women at the same time. 10,000 colognes. That's $20. Wow, double A's $420. That's crazy. I can get 2 McDoubles for $2 as Hooded. That's
right now?
Crazy. Crazy. 2
I know.
McDoubles for $2.
What are we going to have for
crazy.
dinner? Because I'm tired. My eyes hurt because we slept too much.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of like blink.
Well, let's find out. If we win this, then we're going to have pizza. $482.85.
Never
if it's
mind.
a win,
I guess I'm
we're
not
gonna have
eating
pizza.
tonight. Okay, deal.
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 Yay.
Bum bum
Make the
bum
fold.
ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum.
Ameridave, we got really close. Final 2 tables, and then we what did we have? I think that we must have had like an ace jack and actually like flopped the hell out of it, but wound up running smack into a set. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Ace jack 5, and we had like the ace jack. Raised pre-flop, got called, and that is how we got so close to the final table last Sunday. Almost 3 for 3. Ugh. Helicopter Dude. It is, in fact, if the man is hot enough, then it's free.
That's right.
It's free.
If he's hot
Acid
enough.
Wave.
Well, isn't
Saying, man, it was
they say
somewhere
that
around
it's the
1,005 or
sex
6.
the sex is free, but like the dinner isn't, right? Isn't that the saying? Isn't
No.
Oh, there's
No,
not a
that's
saying
not
like that.
saying. There's no saying.
Sex is always. I forgot. There's a saying about sex being
Let's max
free
it
all the
out here,
time.
guys. I don't really feel like even seeing a flop. Let's just go ahead and put GTO 2006 to the test and pick up the 10% in the middle without having to fade a flop. Most of the time we're ahead anyway. LMFAO saying, how you find Twitch Blackjack? How you find it?
Well, somebody was talking
how
about
do
it
you find
earlier, saying it was crazy.
Is it how do you find it, or do I think it's a good thing? I actually am surprised that they even have Twitch Blackjack.
I thought they
Between
took
you
it
and
off. I
guys,
thought they talked. We
yeah,
talked
I'm going to tell you some inside information.
secrets.
Some Twitch secrets is if you enjoy Twitch Blackjack, if you enjoy watching Blackjack on Twitch, go ahead and get your fill now, because that is going to be something that they take off. It's not going to last very long, you guys. I have it, I have the inside information from Twitch here. I would be surprised if it lasts past TwitchCon. So go get your fill now. Download.
When is
those video on
TwitchCon, by the
demands.
way? Are we going to that?
No, I don't think we're going to go.
You sure you don't? We can drive.
Does she want to go? Do you want to go to TwitchCon?
What day is it?
Does she really want to go to TwitchCon, you guys? Any of you guys going to be at TwitchCon? If maybe like more than 3 of you guys are at TwitchCon, maybe we'll go. But I think that mostly
I like
TwitchCon
anything
is going to just be, roaming around watching,
But it'll be fun. We'll go to.
a bunch
But,
of
we'll
League of
go, but it'll be
Legenders.
fun. Where is it at? San Francisco?
San Francisco, yeah.
Well, it'd be fun to go to San Francisco.
It would. We could probably stay with Hollywood Dave. He's
Maybe.
offered to let us use his couch.
Well, I'll sleep on the couch. You sleep on the floor.
No. I'm thinking that we can both sleep on the couch.
No, I don't want to share the couch with you.
Yep.
No.
Okay, I'll sleep on the floor.
Okay. Good.
So,
What's this one?
Jeff Murr, I know, right? I know, it is funny. But
He is an athlete, damn it.
If
I
poker's
said.
a sport, if poker's a sport, then I'm an athlete. And if it's on ESPN, that's the definition of sport.
That's right, guys.
Those little Indian teenagers who win the spelling bee every year. Those guys are athletes. The darters, the
Is it on?
Viking. That is an athletic thing to do. Get a dart in the middle of a little circle. The bowlers, athletes. If golf is a sport, then why not poker?
Poker is a sport, guys.
That's right. It's a sport. And I'm an athlete.
That's right.
That's right. Market Anarchy, do you keep recordings of your stream? You can watch a lot of the past streams on our video on demand.
Are you you are
So past
you are
broadcasts,
you downloaded the last week's, right?
I don't think so.
You got to start downloading them on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I gotta make sure all of them. We lost a few.
Good ones.
A few good ones. I'm not gonna say what we've lost because I don't want you guys to be upset with me. But there's a few really good ones that we lost.
Yeah,
And
it's very easy.
I'm pretty upset with myself, and I'm also kind of upset with Twitch, honestly, because I don't.
You should
really
be
think
upset
that
with yourself. You should know that. You should have known right away.
I should have.
So don't
I
blame.
should've.
It's your spot. You knew right away that they did that.
Yes, I did, and I feel really
Maybe
stupid.
we should just order a pizza. Is there such a thing as ordering pizza at 1 a.m. here in Vegas?
I don't know.
No, dude, we're doing so good.
No,
in
we're
our
not gonna order
calories.
pizza. If we're gonna get pizza, I'll just go get a pizza to warm up.
No, but I don't want. But I don't want to cook.
I'll cook for you. Take you to pho if you
Heat.
want.
Well,
We'll have some pho over in Chinatown.
I think I might not eat, and then we'll go to bed and wake up early, and then have a big breakfast.
Okay. Yeah, hood it in. I agree with that. Who would ever poison pizza? That's worse than drowning kittens. Yes, trying to poison a human is actually worse than drowning kittens. That's true. It is, like, objectively.
How about kitten pizza? No, no, that's gross. That's disgusting.
Why don't we have kitten pizza? I mean, we have pig pizza and
I don't
beef
wanna-
pizza. Like, why not?
Probably because they're cute.
That's right. And that's probably why.
Be really sad. Uh-oh. A meth lab explodes inside a U.S. government building.
No.
Well, let's see.
You seen that on Reddit?
Yeah, just looking at the news.
NTL Disciple. What's the best way or place to learn to play Hold'em better, in your opinion? NTL Disciple. What's the best place to learn to play poker? I would say the library. You know, you go to the library, you download, you get every book you can about poker. You know, go to the torrents, download every book you can about poker. Read. Guys, you know what? I had someone email me recently, asking what I thought about, you know, what the best way to learn poker was, but that he had a brain injury, and so he can't read books. And I didn't really know what to tell him. You know, the truth is, poker is hard to beat, and it's really not for everybody. I would suggest to you that if you can't read a book about poker strategy, then you're probably dead in the water. It's probably time to go ahead and find a different dream, because poker is hard to beat. And you're up against some really strong players pretty much everywhere you play. I mean, maybe you can find, you know, weak competition consistently enough to make it your career choice, but if you know, read books. That is my advice to you. That is the easiest way, the best way, the cheapest way to learn poker, is go out and read everything you can about it. There's a wealth of information out there. After you're done with that, hang out on the forums, the Reddit forum, the Pocket Fives forum. There's a wealth of information on there. Start talking to like-minded people. Make a couple of poker friends. Try to find a couple of poker champions around you that you can, hang out with and, be friends with. And, that's how you do it. Go to YouTube, type in poker strategy, go down that rabbit hole. There's a wealth of information out there about poker. The MIT course. The MIT course. We're going to be doing that. That's free. MIT course, man. Where is, yeah.
I have a link.
Who was asking? Now I forgot who was asking. That's gonna be a good one. Okay, guys, this is it. This is the spot we're looking for. The Ace Jack offsuit. Let's see if we can just get through here, increase our stack by more than 30% without seeing a flop. And if we do get called by Chip Trump, hopefully he has Ace 10 or King Jack. He's thinking about it. I don't think he thinks this long with Ace King, Ace Queen. So we fade through. Big fist bump.
My eyes hurt.
Yeah.
Do you need eye drops?
I'll take an eye drop, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the 225.
Here you go to catch.
Thank you. This is our standard here. 2.2 1/4. So now we're getting shoved with our Queen 6 suited. I think that we can safely fold this, you guys. Ninja 74 going ahead and putting in 30-something big blinds with whatever BS hand he's waking up with. Really putting himself at risk if Nervous wakes up with something. Yeah, let's try it again. 14 bigs. Is Ace 6 offsuit? Can we make a normal raise with 14 big blinds? Or do we have to shove? I don't really know. This is kind of a brutal spot. We get through, which is fine. It's kind of what we want. 10-9 suited. Man, guys, we just keep on getting these weird situations, and I don't really think that we want to go 3 times in a row because, we say this, and we said this in our last poker clinic about finding spots pre-flop. You want to be the bully, but you don't want to look like the bully. If we make it if we raise pre-flop 3 times in a row, I think it's just asking someone to come over the top of us again. Yeah, S&S Prodigy Vegas is always open, bro. There are plenty of places to find pizza at all hours of the night. We can turn this truck around and be at the Rio Sportsbook in 10 minutes. They have pizza, and it's not so shabby. So yeah, we can find pizza late. If we end up winning, we're getting pizza. Exmois gave the promise. She gave that Cosper promise.
I gave the word.
So that definitely encourages me to be playing really good here. So 225
for the pizza.
If we get shoved on, we're making the call. Okay, so 350 in the middle, 20% of our stack. Let's go ahead and make it 500 here. 2.5x, and maybe we should have just made the ship.
Maybe
we're never folding here. I guess we can fold if Nervous 60 makes the call and Trey makes the call. I mean, there's situations here where we can make the where we can find a fold button, but it's not going to be here with Ninja 74 just making the ship. I don't love it, but we're getting 2.5 to 1 to make the call, and a lot of times we're looking at being on the better end of a coin flip. Sometimes he even has a smaller pocket pair. So better end of a coin flip it is.
Come on,
scary flop, good turn, hold, and it holds. Good. Look at that. So we are back up to 3,400.
You really want that pizza, don't you?
I do. That little race was pretty scary because I knew that that pepperoni pizza taste that I'm feeling in my mouth right now. It almost dissolved into Brussels sprouts.
Market Anarchy had a question for you about.
Okay.
Dutch Boyd, what do you think of raising pre-flop and early positioning a cash game with deep stacks with suited connectors, Daniel Negreanu style?
Market Anarchy, good question. Cash games with deep stacks. That's a whole other animal. I think that in a vacuum, it's a losing play. Okay, I think that when I was multi-tabling cash games, the way that you really need to think about it is how much a specific hand is worth in what position. So you have pocket aces under the gun. How much is that worth in terms of big blinds? You got a sample size of, let's say, 200,000 hands. You're going to, we'll actually say, let's say you have a sample size of 220,000 hands, right? So you get aces 1,000 times. And maybe if you have more than 1,000 aces, you got a little lucky. Less than 1,000 aces, you got a little unlucky. But on average, about 1,000 times you've gotten aces, and on average, you've won this much with them. So those aces are going to be worth 2.5, 2.4 big blinds on average. You can start breaking it down by position because you'll have 100 under the, in a full 10-handed game, you'll have 100 under the gun. Well, let's make the call here with the ace-9 of diamonds. It's a little bit sketchy to make a call, but I feel like it's too strong to fold. So, let's say that you have 200,000 hands, sample size, and you every time you have suited connectors in early position, you go ahead and make a raise. Do I think that that's going to be profitable or a leak? I think it's going to be a leak in a vacuum. Wow, Nervous 60 showing us that we were in fact right to make the call pre-flop. I hate showing Nervous.
What did he have?
He had Jack 10.
Oh, okay.
So then he hits his jack, fires out a c-bet, we fold, and he just shows us that we were right to make the call. I guess we probably should have even raised. I hate it when people show. I think it's just such a mistake to show. So in a vacuum, market anarchy, I think that it's a losing proposition. With the metagame, right? The idea, the idea is maybe by raising an early position with those kind of suited connectors, I mean, maybe you're able to go ahead and make it up with post-flop implied odds. Maybe if Daniel Negreanu, every time he got suited connectors, early position, he raised it, maybe he's so good post-flop that he's able to turn those into a positive, into a plus BB's hand instead of a minus BB's hand. But most likely, even Negreanu, who plays, post-flop really well, maybe best in the world, is most likely that move is negative, and the only reason he's doing it is to add value to his other early position hands. To put it, to kind of sum it up, let's say that you only raise under the gun with aces or kings or ace-king. Well, after a while, your opponents, you got to think, are paying attention to this. They have their HUDs up, and they look at your range under the gun and see that it's only 3 hands, and then they get to fold their pocket jacks. They're folding their ace queens. So this is mixing it up, and you take a little bit of an equity loss with a 5-6 suited to add some equity to the aces and the kings. But in a vacuum, it's got to be a loser. It's got to be a losing play. Even though maybe sometimes it works, it doesn't mean that overall, over a sample of 200,000 hands, you start looking at those 5-6 suiteds raising under the gun +1, under the gun +2. I promise you, overall sample, it's going to be a loser, and the only reason that I think Negreanu is going to do it is to add value to his other hands. So, hopefully that answers your question. If you didn't really ask specifically, should you do it? And I think that the answer is you probably should have suited connectors in your range early position, but that doesn't mean every time you get suited connectors you need to raise. I think that what it means is go ahead and pick a suit and go ahead and pick 2, right? So pick like 8-7 of spades and 6-7 of spades, or 4-5 of spades, and those 2 suited connectors, early position, you go ahead and raise. Something like that, where even better, use some sort of randomization. So if you get suited connectors, use some sort of randomizer and say, okay, well, 10% of the time when I have suited connectors, I'm going to go ahead and raise early position, and that's going to add a little bit of variety to your range, where now you don't always just have those 3 hands when you're under the gun and you're raising. But I'll tell you what, too, market anarchy, there's nothing wrong with playing a very straightforward standard game when you're playing low stakes, because if you only raise under the gun with aces or kings or queens or ace king and in a 25-cent 50-cent game, and I mean a full ring game, your opponents a lot of the times aren't sophisticated enough and aren't really paying attention enough to pick up on that, to begin with, and they're still going to call you down with their the ace jacks. And most of the time in the low limit games, Tide is right, and you're going to be making the most value by getting players to call when they shouldn't, not by getting players to fold when they should, when they shouldn't. It's the kind of mistakes that you're trying to capitalize on and take advantage on are the calling mistakes. So Tide is right in those low limit, no limit cash games. Okay.
It looks like he has another question for you. A comment about a what do they call it? A scenario, I suppose.
A scenario. Market Anarchy has another scenario. Assume the following: soft 1-2 no limit and soft 4-8 limit Omaha 8, and very soft 1-2 PLO and almost no bank. Hourly job.
Bankroll, that means.
And almost no bankroll. Hourly job that is easy pays $30 an hour. Which line do you take? So you're looking for an hourly job. Okay, so first off, winning $30 an hour in a 1-2 no limit versus a 4-8 limit Omaha high low versus a 1-2 PLO. I'm not sure if a $30 an hour expectation is reasonable. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think that for 1-2 or 4-8, I think that $16 is about what you can expect on the max side. To be honest, you're looking at and it's not because the players are good. The players are really bad at that level, but it's because it's so negative EV to begin with. There's so much rake in proportion to the average stack around the table taken at a 4-8 limit or a 1-2 PLO or a 1-2 no limit that it makes it really hard to beat for 15 big blinds an hour. You're just not seeing, especially live, you're just not really seeing the kind of volume that would support that kind of win rate. But if you have a small bankroll, you're better off going with the 08. That's going to have a lower variance, and I think generally 4-8 limit Omaha high low players tend to play worse than 1-2 no limit players or 1-2 PLO players. 1-2 PLO probably plays a little worse than the 1-2 no limit, but the variance is just off the charts, and you also can't really get a lot of value from pre-flop mistakes because in PLO there aren't really big pre-flop mistakes. So for my money, if I had a low bankroll and I had the choice of those three games, and we'll say bad players in each, go for the 4-8 limit Omaha high low just because there's lower variance. Rube 420, why is your chick so damn cute?
Me?
Well, yeah, why are you so cute, Exmo?
I drink a lot of water.
And there you go.
And I watch a lot of comedy.
That's why.
Man, can you hurry up and win this, Dutch?
We're gonna, you know what? Since we're doing pretty well, you caught us at a good time, high rolling. I'm not going to ban you. I'm not going to ban you. Exmo might, but I'm not going to ban you. That's
funny because I just whispered him, Dutch will ban you for those words.
Really?
Yeah, I just whispered him, be careful. He said it won't happen again.
I'll tell you what, you just caught me at the right time. And you don't know what the right time is because we're operating at a delay.
Yeah.
If 4 minutes from the time you said that, I just got knocked out, I would look up.
And ban you.
Ban hammer.
Yeah.
A lot of times that's how it happens.
That's how it works, yeah. Yep.
And Acid Wave, Hold'em Manager or Poker Tracker, talking about reviewing a database. It looks like Acid Wave is giving some pretty good advice to you guys. So. Jeff Murr, 7-Eleven frozen pizza. Sounds yummy, man. Not gonna lie.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good.
I used to when I was younger. I used to was younger. I used to go to 7-Eleven all the time and get their hot dogs and drink their coffees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got myself sick a little bit. But they had good chili. I was like 16. I used to walk down there with my girlfriends.
Okay, guys. So we are 22 out of 35. It's getting serious. It's happening.
How many people are left, yo?
35.
Oh, you
22 of 35. Places paid 10. We are 0 for 2 tonight. So this is our chance to turn everything around. This is our chance to win that pizza money, that beautiful winning pizza meal. I really appreciate all of you guys being here. I want to thank you watching. You right there behind that screen.
There's a lot of new viewers. A lot of new people.
There's a lot of new players and a lot of new viewers tonight. And I want to invite you right there to go ahead and click on the follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. You can get notified when we go live.
Really?
Yeah. And it really helps us out. It would be awesome to see you go ahead and just click on that follow button. Wow, Benny Hill.
What just happened there?
Benny Hill getting a little screwed by the river there against Siley.
Yeah. I didn't see what happened there.
Well, what happened was Siley decided to go ahead and get a lot of action in there with a pair of kings against 2 pair, but then it went runner aces.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Was it runner aces or did it just... No, so the ace was on the flop. So I rivered the ace and ended up in a flip. So Benny Hill's 2 pair turned into just...
mush.
Second pair with the same kicker that Siley was playing. That's what we call counterfeited in the biz. Counterfeited.
In the biz. Wow, Ninja's that's trying to hang on, huh?
Yeah, Ninja 74. I'm kind of surprised because
good for you.
He made some pretty questionable 3-bets pre-flop that, the kind of like aggro 3-bets pre-flop that makes me surprised that he would be hanging on to a 3 big blind stack this long. I would have kind of expected him to be making a lot more ships. Okay, so we are making it 360 here. 2.25 is our standard at this point. So 320 plus the 40, 360 boys. We have a legit hand. We have the legit hand. And Love Stars, that's absolutely right, saying once you get to a certain level, you shouldn't play hands as single events in a vacuum, which are either plus or minus EV. It's better to look at your game as a whole. Raising 4 or 5 suited under the gun may make sense if it makes you more money when you get dealt aces. And I think that's about exactly what I said, except I didn't say, at a certain level you shouldn't play hands as single events, which is true. I probably should have made that a little bit more clear. So Love Stars, we're on the exact same page here. And thanks for clarifying that. We've got Ben Hester asking stand-up comedy?
Sit down comedy.
I think the answer is
No.
yes. If that's a question, my answer is yes.
There's comedy. There's a comedy show going on in Canada right now, yo. Like a big, huge comedy festival is going on right now.
So the last ship says the win rates between 1-2 PLO and 4-8 high-low are astronomical, not even comparable. I'm interested what you mean by that, the last ship. Can you elaborate?
That is
on that statement.
That's to do with the explanation that you did with the $3
right. And what I said to the Market Anarchy is if you are low on bankroll, go with 4-8 high low. And also I said that I don't really think that a $30 an hour expectation is really reasonable in 4-8 high low or 1-2 PLO or 1-2 no limit.
Is that right?
So I'm kind of interested to hear what the last ship was trying to say. He says the win rates between 1-2 PLO and 4-8 high low are astronomical, not even comparable. I don't exactly know. Oh, I think that what you mean. I think that what he means is that the percentage of winning sessions at 4-8 high low versus the percentage of winning sessions at 1-2 PLO are so different. That 4-8 high low, if you're a winning player after an 8-hour session, you should actually win like 75 to 80% of your sessions, maybe even higher than that. And 1-2 PLO, you should be looking at something like 58% of your sessions. So 42% of your sessions are going to end in disaster. We just got a sub. Poker Insider Mag. That
new.
sounds like a magazine.
Sounds like a magazine.
I'm gonna go ahead and put a bony fish on Siley, and I'm really considering making a raise here. Let's do it. Let's make the pot size raise, and I'm gonna look at Poker Insider magazine, and see if see what we can find here. Okay, look at Siley making the call. Yeah, I mean, making a half pot size bet here is what we would usually do. So let's just go ahead and fire out the same, like the full pot size, because making a half pot is pretty much the same thing, and I think that we get away with it a lot more when we're putting her to the decision for all of our chips. Poker Insider Mag, welcome to the crew.
Here's the elaboration.
Thank you so much
But
for
first, thanks to the crew for Poker Insider, magazine.
The last ship basically saying that his win rate at the Venetian 1-2 PLO was way over 30, closer to 80.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that's really good, man. That's a really good win rate. And is it sustainable? You know, you play 200,000 hands of 1-2 PLO. Are you going to be able to sustain that rate? Because let's look at it. If you're making $80 an hour at 1-2 PLO, that's 40 big blinds an hour. And I don't really think, I'm going to say no, that's not sustainable, because 40 big blinds an hour, you're really looking at only making, you're really only having maybe 30 hands an hour there. So you're saying that each hand that you're dealt is worth like $2.50. 1.25 big blinds every hand, it doesn't matter what, 1.25 big blinds is what each hand is worth. I mean, I think that what we're probably seeing here is just an example of both survivorship bias and short-term luck. And it sounds like you're playing well. Obviously, with that kind of win rate, you're almost certainly a winning player.
You should definitely be a sub with that kind of win rate.
To tell you the truth, man, I think that if you continue, I'm not saying that you won't win, but I am saying that I think that win rate goes down. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's a hell of a win rate for 1-2 PLO.
Also, we have to greet our new sub, Dutchie.
Poker Insider Mag. I just typed
bump.
in Poker Insider Mag on Google, and the only thing that came up was it was something on Insider on ESPN. Insider on ESPN. There's Poker Insider Magazine here. Daniel Cox. Because of the devastation of the online poker industry, Poker Insider Magazine is currently on hiatus. Is this you? Is this your thing right here? Poker Insider Magazine? It is scheduled for a new issue on May 1st, 2013. I'm kind of interested to know. But hey, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you, I really appreciate you being here. If there's a plug or something you want us to plug, by all means, go ahead and type it in the chat, and we'll give you the shout out, the proper shout out here. And I'll also check out the magazine. We're gonna go ahead and ship you my copy of your own digital copy of Poker Tilt. So check your Twitch message box for that. Hopefully you get a chance to give that a read. Poker Insider Mag, welcome to the crew, man. Thanks so much for supporting our stream. Yeah. So yeah, what he's talking about is win rate at PLO is way over a 4-8 split pot game, and he's right. But as far as bankroll conservation, your winning session percentage is going to be much higher in a split pot game. But he's right as far as like the hourly win rate should probably be the highest in PLO, just because those games get really very wild. I would expect that you're probably not going to be able to do too much better than $16, $18 an hour at no limit. And I think that I think that probably 1-2 PLO, you're looking at maybe 24 tops. I don't think $80 is a sustainable win rate. But I would love to be proven wrong. And if I am wrong, the last ship. Sounds like you kind of kick ass. Sounds like you might be the best 1-2 PLO game player in the world, because I'd be surprised. Back me up here, last ship. How many other players are you playing with who have a better win rate than $80 an hour? Better win rate than 40 big blinds an hour? Better win rate than 2.25 big blinds per hand? I just don't think that they're out there. I think that we're probably looking at either a little bit of luck or poker greatness. So, Queen 8 offsuit. We got Benny Hill coming in with a raise. I'm going to just go ahead and give it a fold here, you guys. And +1 E1 CNR regarding the rake and tips. I completely agree with you. So we've got Boucher 722 making a raise. We've got Ace Jack. I think that should probably be in our 3-bet range. So let's go ahead and raise it to 1800.
What's wrong with Sinister Deep?
Sinister Omen is on PokerStars.
Oh, shit.
What's he doing?
He's got second. Wait. I've got 2.
Oh, wow. 2.4 million.
Oh, that many
as
chips?
a chip leader.
Whoa.
Nice job, man.
Nice.
There's 4 players left in his rebuy and add-on. Hey, look at that, guys. We actually got through, so feel pretty good about that. Oh, Siley. Limping in. So tempted to do this, but I think that probably we're going to get called by Siley if we do. That's not what I'm saying, the last ship. Yeah. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, it's a long combo. So they're catching up with your combo.
Yeah. So Acid
Maybe we
Wave
should
saying
have
you
a
can't
timer.
do big blinds per hour. Do big blinds per 100 hours. $80 an hour at a 1-2 PLO is around, if I'm getting this right, 120 big blinds per 100. So, 125 big blinds per 100. Sustainable? Discuss.
Discuss.
I don't know. Okay, so what would I be making at 450? I think PLO 1-2 at Venetian would be like 30 hands an hour. Market Anarchy, that's a really good question, actually. He's saying, I guess it's not a question. It's asking, do I have any insights on the being your own boss problem? One of the real problems with being a poker player, and it is also one of the benefits, It's also one of the benefits, and that's there isn't anybody out there to... the last ship, I'm going to go ahead and agree with you. The amount, the ceiling... The last ship, the ceiling that you can win in a 4-8 limit Omaha high-low is nowhere near the ceiling that you can win in a 1-2 PLO. I'm going to actually agree with you on that, and we're going to go ahead and make the raise here with A7 offsuit and get back to Market Anarchy's question. But also, the last ship, as far as bankroll conservation goes, the percentage of winning sessions you have as a PLO player versus an Omaha high-low player, assuming that you're beating each variant, is going to be night and day. So Count Von Jimmy, we saying 20 hands an hour. So he is a croupier.
What does that mean?
Means he's a dealer.
Oh, is that what that means?
And croupier means he's a French dealer.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. There's actually a...
I like that a lot better than dealer. How do you say it?
Croupier.
Is that how you say it properly?
Yes. Croupier.
It's like a cool club.
Yeah, it is, right? So there's actually a Clive Owen movie
How
called
do they
Croupier.
wear? What do
They
they
usually
wear?
wear tuxedos.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm blushing.
If you like croupiers,
Oh, I think I have to
you'd
go
probably
there.
really like Vickers, right?
What?
The Vicar.
What's a vicar?
It's like a croupier.
What do they do?
The
Take
European?
Oh, that's what's they call? Dealer?
No.
I don't know. I mean,
Did you ever see that Friends episode where the girls are reading some romance novel about the vicar coming in and like seducing the woman, and so Joey dresses like a vicar, and he has like hockey pads and like a bow tie or something.
I think I may have actually,
like,
but
"I'm
it's
the
been so
vicar."
long. So, Lewinsky says, "Hi, Dutch. I'm really enjoying watching you play the new Hearthstone expansion called Poker.
That's
Keep
right.
up the good work."
That's pretty funny.
That is
actually.
really funny.
We have 4 12-win arena runs in Hearthstone, and only 3 12-win arena runs in poker. But yeah, so let's take a look here. I wanted to go back to so pokerinsider.org is Poker Insider Mag. Good domain name, bad extension, but good domain name, and looking forward to taking a look at that. Pokerinsider.org. It's on hiatus, so no new content yet, but it looks like it expired too. Poker Insider Mag. So if you want to go ahead and keep that domain name, I'd really encourage you to go ahead and pay that renewal fee right quick. Otherwise, it's going to fall. And pretty much it's almost worse to have registered a domain name than let it expire, because it's a lot more likely that someone's going to pick it up. So
wait.
of Gaddy's grandpa. The WSOP grind never ends, my friend. We are here on WSOP.com, playing on
Wow,
WSOP.com.
Sinister Storm is having so much chips right now. He's
Yeah, he's
3
got
million.
2.5
Now he's
3
3
million.
million. He just got a. She's just salmon it.
Nice job.
So what's the what was the site? I missed it. Poker Insight. Okay, got it. Oh, it looks like
So ex-Mary Jane, we're not really making it 3 times the blind anymore. Our
it did
pre-flop raise
expire.
amount is going to be 2.25x. So we're going to make the fold.
they're on hiatus.
Yep. And Jeff Murr saying PLO is mostly getting your opponents to fold to what they think you made, rather than what you actually have in your hand. I mean, is that what it's really about? I always kind of felt like it's mostly about getting, second and third nuts to pay you off when you make it. But, I'm not really a PLO expert. I have made a PLO final table at the World Series. But I would say that tournament pot limit Omaha is a lot more, is a lot more like tournament limit hold'em or pot limit hold'em, or even no limit hold'em. It's tournament PLO is more like tournament stud than it is PLO cash games. So I would not claim to be a PLO cash expert.
So Dutch, when you have to ship, whenever you go all in this tournament, please make sure you say I ship all in.
I ship all in.
With the
I
facial
will.
expression as well, says Jim.
So Benny Hill making just this lame, just 3-bet here, which is really awkward for me because I don't know what to do. I really just wanted to make the ship all in. So he goes ahead and raises. We've got the flush draw with at least 1 overcard, probably. I'm going to go ahead and put him to the test for all of his chips, and hopefully he just makes the fold here. And if he doesn't, let's catch a diamond. Let's catch a jack. Hell, maybe even a 7 isn't out. So now he's looking. He's not loving it. Does he make the call with ace-queen offsuit? Does he make the call with king-queen suited, not the diamonds? No, he makes the fold. So let's go ahead and make the fold here with 10-3 off. I mean, I think that if there's something that Benny Hill hand just teaches us, it's if you're going to go ahead and 3 times out of the if you're gonna go ahead and 3-bet out of the small blind against a pre-flop opener, nothing wrong with that. You should do it. Even if you're considering it, you should do it. But don't make it a minimum, because you're just not going to get the fold. Go ahead and give yourself a chance to go ahead and get pre-flop fold equity and pick up what's in the blinds plus the antes plus his open. Otherwise, you're just kind of you're always going to have to fade those 3 cards, and sometimes they actually connect with the flop and put you in a weird position where you're going to go ahead and c-bet and then fold. Really? Ugh. So let's go back to it. I'm going to go ahead and do it, Jem. When I go all in, I'm going to say that. I ship all in. I ship all in.
I ship all in. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Great Plains.
So Count Von Jimmy saying 20 hands per hour is probably mean average for PLO. $30 per hour is much more applicable to a hold'em game. I mean, I kind of feel like a good fast no limit hold'em game can get 35, 40 hands in an hour. But that might be a little bit of an overestimation, really. Okay, Siley. Okay, just give it a fold. We spent too much time thinking about it. What is our pre-flop opening standard raise for 122.40? Are we still doing 2.25x? Are we making it 480 plus a 60, so 540? Really? We're making it 540? Yeah. Yeah, and then next level at 142.80, we're making it 560 plus 90, so 670. Sure. I think that makes sense. I think that's probably okay. No, that'd be 660, wouldn't it? 650. So 240, 480 plus the 60. 540 is our opener. That is our standard opener. And then when we get to the 150-300, the math gets much easier. I'm going to just make it 700 and then 700 and then 900.
Yeah, you did get sidetracked with that. The being your own boss.
Yeah. So
you just
one of
it's
the best
hard to
things
get
about
up.
poker is being your own boss. No one tells you to get up and put in the hours.
Oh, he just
but
won.
That is also nice
Sinister
job,
Storm
man.
won.
Sinister Omen.
Or Omen, sorry. Nice job. Woot.
Really nice job, man. Well done, Sinister Omen. Taking it down. It always feels good to take down a tournament. And that was a 90-player tournament. So there were more players in his tournament than are in my tournament right here.
Wow.
Well done, sir. Well done, Sinister Omen. I would say, hey, maybe use some of that money to subscribe. But you're already part of the crew. So hopefully, maybe a couple things that you picked up here on the stream has helped you take that down. But nice job, dude. There's nothing like first place.
Now you can be your own boss.
And Poker Neo is saying, you should send the hand history to Dutch so we can have a review party. That would actually be kind of fun. If we could do that with the Boom reviewer, that'd be pretty cool. So the fact that there's no one telling you to go put in the hours means that a lot of times what happens as a poker player is you end up having like a real good week, or let's say a real good score, and you're playing really well, you bink some big tournament, and you decide to go ahead and take some time off because you don't need the money. This happens all the time. Players who have a really good week or month or or like a good tournament score end up not putting in the hours and not putting in the hands that they really need to do well. And that's when you really should be putting in the hours, is when you had like a really good week because you're playing well, when you had a really good bink because you're playing well. What ends up happening is professional poker players, by and large, they get apathetic when they're doing really well, and they start putting in the massive hours when they're actually on downswings, when they're like, shoot, I need to win. I actually really need it, and they that's not really the best time to put in those hours. If you're not putting in 30 or 40 hours a week at the tables, then you're going to run into problems. If you're winning, that's great. But if you put in lots and lots of hours, as a professional poker player, I can tell you, you will go through downswings, and those downswings, those droughts will last longer than you think possible right now. The only way to survive those downswings is to make sure that you put in enough hours leading up to it that you can handle the swings. Easier said than done, you guys. And I'm not the expert when it comes to bankroll management because, shoot, I've been in those spots where I'll have a really good week and I'll just be like, I'm done. Bink a bracelet and take 6 months off. What are you doing? It's just like. Anyway, Count Von Jimmy says, if you want to simplify what PLO is about, it comes down to one word: position. PLO is about position. I would say I agree with that. 540. Let's do it. 2.25x, you guys. This is going to be our standard open at this point of the tournament. And Pao Sheng, did we find out what the translation of Pao Sheng is?
No.
Did we figure out what that was?
Oh yeah, it was
It doesn't mean anything. We're gonna make the fold here against Pao Sheng's 4-time 3-bet, 4x 3-bet. That's gonna be enough to get through as Pao Sheng. I think that you are ahead of the ace rag. And yeah, I do, baby.
No, it's okay.
Here, catch.
Ow. No, don't throw it.
Gosh, I really want to make that raise against that open limper. Chip Chump, what are you doing here, buddy? What are you doing with that kind of stack just limping in? Benny Hill making a good aggro play. It didn't work out this time because Pao Sheng decided to look him up with ace-10.
Wow.
But he smashed the flop, so Benny Hill's going to be able to slide right through that one unharmed. So nice job there, Benny Hill. Pao Sheng, I don't really like the call there. I really don't. I mean, he's all in for 8 bigs. You got to worry about the open limper who ended up folding. You got to worry about the people behind you. So I really think that making the call there is kind of bad. Count Von Jimmy's right, you guys. As far as PLO, there really isn't a game where position matters more. There really isn't. I mean, you might be able to make an argument that games like No Limit Deuce to 7 or Triple Draw, games like Badoogie, where you have a pretty big advantage being being in position when you're especially No Limit Deuce to 7. But I kind of feel like PLO probably even more important than PLO. Sinister Omen, again, congratulations. I'm glad that I get to take a very, very small little piece of credit. I definitely get to live vicariously through you. I hope that I actually get to win this one as well, and then we both get to be winners tonight. But if not, I'm glad that at least you are winning tonight. Let's go ahead and make it 540, you guys. Not 5,200, just 540. King Jack offsuit. What do we do if Siley raises all in? What do we do if Chip Chump I ship all in? I don't know. And Sinister Omen, I'm not really sure. If you're using Poker Tracker or Hold'em Manager, it should say auto save it in some sort of database on your. Okay, King Queen 4. I think we're gonna go ahead and make the check here, you guys, just because we are up against 2 players, so we're not auto c-betting into 2 opponents. I want to go ahead and merge my check range here for those times when we do hit top pair and those times when we don't. So I think that how would we play Jack 10 or queen 10 here. I think we're going to go ahead and play it like this. We're going to make the call and check to him and let him go ahead and try to push us off of it. Pao Shang, you can push us off of it. Queen Jack, you can make an aggressive move here. Go ahead and bet. There you go. 1440. Let's go ahead and raise to half the pot. And it's probably just going to get through right here. And when it doesn't, we're probably ahead. Hold your breath. Pop. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. King 4, really, Pao Shang? Get out of here. What is he even doing there with King 4?
Wow.
And, yeah. You know what, guys?
Wow.
That's pretty brutal, and it's pretty disgusting. And that's going to be it for us. That is how we are going to end the tournament, you guys. Getting trip kings against a King 4. And,
which is cray.
Yeah, we get stacked there. Nice hand there, Pao Shang.
Pao Shang.
You stupid
must
donkey. Nice job.
He doesn't mean it. He's just angry.
I don't mean it. I'm just angry. Okay, guys. That's going to be it.
Yeah,
big thank you to all of our... oh, look, I just kicked the camera. Big thank you to all of our new subs. Thank you all for watching us. I wish that we could have finished a little stronger. 0 for 3.
But we'll be here tomorrow at 7?
We will be here tomorrow. I think that we're probably going to be starting it up at... actually, tomorrow's Saturday, so I think there is a guaranteed warm-up or a little earlier in the day at 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we're going to start at, 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. And it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be a really good time. And if you miss it,
it's okay.
I feel sorry for you because it's going to be maybe the best Twitch stream that has ever been tomorrow, starting at 5 p.m. I hope to see you there. Make sure to click on that follow button. And if you're already following
hopefully we'll really go garage selling, and then we can show our treasures.
That's right. That's a good idea. At Dutch Boyd for me on Twitter, at First for Exmoa. You guys all have a good, safe night, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.